also ends well. Is that what you mean? Good old OBS. Count on OBS to disconnect and reconnect frequently. Oh, we're back.
Very good OBS. Very good.
Hey guys, welcome to Vanishing Gates. I am Jay, your host, and the unexplained, the strange, the downright stupid, and I am joined with, or by... What? Don't remember this part?
What part?
I'm joined by...
I just did that. You're suffering from the Mandela effect.
Oh, you're hilarious.
The hilarious Jack.
The hills have ass, as some people know it. This is Jack.
I just said that. I just said that.
Paco's out
Where
wandering the country somewhere. 18 wheels of fury and mall glasses.
Making skins out of people. Probably.
Yeah.
A jacket. Some matching pants.
Awesome.
Lampshade. Bridget.
Oh, hey, Bridget. So, tonight's cigar of the show is a PDR VLR Maduro.
Oh, it sure is.
None of those letters sound good consecutively.
No.
Not at all.
No, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say no, that does not.
I'm kind of regretting putting my mouth on this. This is kind of...
It's not good. It's not good.
The cigar's good. Don't get me wrong. The cigar's good. So, I do want to give it a moment to mention this. Chico, California, and Paradise, California are on all kinds of fire right now. And I'll probably be doing a fundraiser here pretty soon. A friend of mine lives in Paradise, and everything's gone. Paradise is apparently just burnt off the map. Have you heard about that at all?
We were bad.
So, anyway, guys, keep an ear out for that or an eye out. I'll probably do a post about that soon. I might do some fundraising for it. We'll see. It just depends on how things are going. I don't know, man. Crowdfunding is such a hard thing to do for me. It just... I don't want to feel like I'm asking for money. Like, it's not for me, you know? So that said, I'll have an update on that. And then the next thing is I'm going to be doing some an actual ghost hunt soon. And hopefully Jack will join me. I can already tell he's internally shaking his head like, no.
I'll do it.
I don't think I will.
I'll do it.
No, I'll tell you what. When ghost hunts me, when the ghost hunts me, then we can talk.
Soviet Russia.
In Soviet Russia.
Well, we are a
Ghost
California
hunt
stand, so... People's Republic of California stand. But yeah, there's a house here pretty close that has had some goings-on. They've seen actual, like, full-bodied apparitions and whatnot, and some weird feelings and all that. So I'm going to take my gear. I'm going to live stream from there here in probably the next 2 weeks, somewhere in there. So keep an eye out for that as well. And I will be traveling Monday morning. I'm driving to Manteca, California, or Manteca, as someone corrected me, because I don't know what that means. Corrected me. And if you guys are down there or in the Central Valley area near Lodi, Stockton, Manteca, whatever, hit me up. And if you know a place that's haunted, I'm down to go. Let's go. I'll have some free time. I'll be there till Thursday, I think. So between Monday and Thursday.
I'm not going to be there.
You will not be there.
I will not be there.
You will not be there. I'm traveling for business. So,
I'm not.
You're local for business?
I'm local for business.
He's just open for business.
That
Ew.
is not true.
$1.95.
Maybe.
Ew.
2 hours.
I'm not that cheap.
I'm not saying
You're not
you're
gonna
cheap,
last that
but...
long either.
If you guys can hear,
It's very polite
our
of
mother
you to
is
say
off to
thank
the
you.
side in the studio. She's having too much fun already.
Some of your mothers
It
will
will
give you
be
encouragement.
yeah.
Mine
Some of
will
your
inform
moms
me
might
that
encourage
apparently
you.
I'm not good enough.
He doesn't have mom issues at all.
Very good. Very good.
No, so speaking of mom issues,
Wait,
I want to bring something up because this
it does make me think I need to like put some padding or WD-40 down on my bed though, because
Yes.
you could hear that all through the damn house. That's
Yeah.
terrible.
You can hear it around the block.
motorized masturbation is not a good thing, bro. You gotta oil those gears. Anyway, so one thing that I didn't want to mention being the mom issues. This is a really sad story, and it's a really funny story at the same time. So, doing the new job, there's a store here in a town not too far from where I'm at that I'm going to do deliveries and sales. And I walk in with the guy training me, and when we're there, the gals at work at the store are out smoking a cigarette. But there's something going on, you can tell, because in their parking lot. And there's this gal with her 2 kids out at the front of the store rifling through stuff. Not a big deal. Nobody seems to be bothered by it. But there's a guy sitting in a car. Turns out to be the gal's boyfriend that has her kids rifling through stuff. And he's so junkied out, he's eating his own face. So the girls in the store call the police. Cops show up. I'm trying to do my job. Can't really focus because there's 2 little cute kids. And there's this gal and her junky ass boyfriend piece of garbage. Cop shows up. The cop is doing everything in his power. This guy deserves a fucking Congressional Medal of Honor, because if I was that cop, I would have beat both the guy and the mom to death. Dude pulled out, I counted 12 freaking syringes just from the mom's purse.
That's not enough.
And more from the rest of the car.
Where was this?
In Rio Dell.
Yeah, it's not quite as good as regular Humboldt, I'm just saying. I mean,
it is Humboldt.
You can go down the block here in the internal section.
Yeah, but the mom. No, here's what really got me.
Usually have like 100.
Here's what really got me. The kids were so used to it. They're like, "No, officer, that's my mom needs those for her medication."
Yep.
I felt so bad. I'm like, we had these chips we were taking out. I said, "Hey, officer, can I give these kids some chips?" And the officer's like, "Absolutely." And the mom's trying to interject. Well, we just bought a bunch of food. Blah, blah. Bitch, you don't got nothing. They're taking all of it. Everything. You're done. You're going to jail. Everything's being possessed. You fucking moron. If you don't care about your kids that much, repossessed? No, just taken. It needs to go. It's going to the impound.
Very good.
Fucking preposterous. These fucking people. Fucking, if you don't care about your kids more than your drugs, don't have fucking kids. Oh, Mom, Bridget in chat says, "Hi, Mama Gates." That is the creepiest thing ever I've said in my life.
Bridget.
Don't do that accent, Mom. Please don't do that. Anyway, so the point is,
don't come to our town.
don't do fucking heroin
or come to our
at all.
Ever.
And if you're on drugs, don't have kids. So CPS had to come and take these kids and stuff, and the mom's crying, "Oh, they're the only thing I have. It's my everything. Don't take them." Well, bitch, you cared more about your drugs than the kids, so fucking shut up. No one cares anymore. That's my rant. I apologize, folks, but that needed to be said. If you're single and alone and want to do heroin, go for it. It's your right. You want to get plugged up and die?
Actually, technically, it's not your right.
You know, it is your right. You have a right to do that. You have a right to kill yourself, I think.
Well,
No, it's illegal.
Well,
I know suicide's illegal, but
again,
I mean, we eat sugar and carbohydrates all the time, and
if you're talking about like,
I know people on the keto diet, bro. Come on.
Who does that? Who does
Because
that?
you start saying you eat sugar and you do this, tomorrow it's gonna be.
I know. I'm
you
gonna
can't do that.
get kicked off the internet for saying the keto diet's bad.
You can't eat that stuff.
I'm not saying it's bad unless you're diabetical. It's pretty bad if you're
I
diabetical.
am not diabetical myself.
Diabolical.
I'm evil. That's about it.
So, guys, give me 1 second. Jack is going to start the show off
I'm gonna
with our topic
serenade
for the
you.
evening, because apparently no one knows when I say, "Hey, I'm going to be live streaming, get your stuff together." They don't know that. So I'll be right back.
In the
So,
fine stylings of Frank Sinatra.
Start the topic of the show while I go and deal with whatever I'm dealing with.
I don't know how to
You just
like Frank
tell them what we're
Sinatra.
talking about.
Oh,
Can you move so I can get out
I
of
thought I was supposed to be singing. That.
Guys, I have
thought
one.
was
I know you guys are looking at my belly and my crotch right now. It's Jack's fault.
I did not do anything. I'm just gonna say right now that there is nothing better than talking about monsters, and most particularly talking about monsters in a fight. Okay, I love the idea of this. I've always thought about it. What?
Okay, this is my idea.
It's a terrible idea. Let's talk about something else.
Fuck you.
Horrible idea. Ignore my mother. She doesn't have great ideas. We're gonna talk about something completely different today. Give me like a minute. Nope, it's not working. Okay, so we're gonna talk about surviving a zombie apocalypse first, because you know what? Zombies do not fight other monsters.
Are useless. They're useless.
It just doesn't happen. Okay.
Useless. No entertainment.
Zombies are an unfair advantage in every way.
No.
Every way.
No.
Okay.
If you can outwalk what's chasing you.
Look,
I don't see the damage
the problem here isn't out walking. The problem is that you have to survive through something that is a plague, essentially. And it could be anywhere. I mean, shows like The Walking Dead, they imagine it like with these large hordes. Well, here's the thing. Those are only going to be large in cities. If you just go to a small rural town, yeah, you'll survive because there's nothing there. There's like, how many zombie hordes are you going to run into? The 20 people that live in the town? Like, it's a very small zombie horde. All you have to do is kind of just trick them. You know what? This discussion is now happening right now until Jay gets back because I really don't want to have to get into it because it's just unfun to say what I think without someone sitting next to me disagreeing the whole time saying, no, this is how it can actually happen. And I'm just like, no, that's not how it happens. Listen to Jack because Jack knows.
It's not ever going to happen about that.
What?
Jack knows. Everybody, listen to me. Jack knows.
The zombie apocalypse is going to happen.
No,
The zombie apocalypse
It's already happening.
Humboldt
Try living
County.
in Eureka. Can I have my seat back, please? I'm left-handed.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, we can do this. All right. We'll do this.
Sorry, guys. The studio is still a jumble of mess and confusion. Oh, there we go. Back in the saddle again.
If you want to hear my tips on surviving a zombie apocalypse, just say it in the chat, everybody.
Hey, guys in chat, give us a like if you guys love Jack, so he'll stay on the show.
We're not getting a single like now. That you just ruined the whole chance of getting a like. Now for the rest, there's just going to be a stigma on it. Now people are going to be like, should I like it? No, because I don't like Jack. So.
They're not going to put the shoe on your head. They're going to say, eat the shoe, Jack.
Eat the shoe, Jack.
Come on,
So, zombie apocalypse is absolutely going to happen. I'm a big proponent of this because it's super realistic. There's a gene or a disease or some pathogen that lives in most humans that's one gene away or one protein away or something like that. I know, Bridget, you're a doctor in chat that could actually make us turn into cannibalistic
know
creatures.
What the gene or the protein is,
but you know what? When the topic was who's the badass of the badasses, zombies are the fucking preschoolers of the monster world.
Okay, hold on. First off,
I've seen Shaun of the Dead.
No, the zombies are the baddest of the bad of all of the monsters.
Really?
It depends on the zombie. Are we talking Romero zombies?
First off,
see the zombies take on Godzilla.
Mom, why don't you just get in the camera screen here so you can be on the show?
It is a virus that has transcended and is the human form now. So, for instance, just because a vampire
transcended,
okay, essentially transition. Thank you. It's transition. So if it can infect the human host, it can infect Dracula. It can infect Frankenstein because they are technically a human host still. It can infect any of those things.
That depends on the DNA of the monster.
You don't know
they
your
are still humans.
Well. Okay. You don't know your werewolves.
Here's the thing.
You cannot get
First of all, here's the craziest part. Where did we come up with the idea that vampires were supposed to be sexy? That's anybody else think that's preposterous?
Where did we come up with the idea that it's okay in Twilight for someone to try and date a 16-year-old?
Do I have a name for the microorganism? Bridget, let me check. There is a microorganism.
They started making vampires sexy because people go, yeah, because I'm going to let that really ugly, gross, disgusting thing get near my neck.
Yeah, it was kind of probably one of those things. It's just a response.
Why they started making
I'm Googling it right now, Bridget, in chat. I'm Googling it. Microorganism. The parasite that turns their host into zombies. Oh, its president is in 50% of people. Let me see if I can find the name. I think it's not. I think it's a fungus. I'm not sure. I could be wrong. I know there's a parasite that gets into Jerusalem crickets.
It's like calotropsis. I knew the name of this at one point. It's similar to the fungus that drops onto ant colonies.
There's a worm though that gets into Jerusalem crickets, or potato bugs as some people call them, that actually makes a potato bug kill itself. Around here we have Jerusalem crickets all over the place, and if you don't know what a Jerusalem cricket is, it's a Sopelgid or Sopelgidus. Can't remember the family name. It's related more to like the camel spiders and the vinegaroons, and it looks like it's about this big, and it hisses and it bites, and it's kind of related to arachnids, but it's not an arachnid. And it looks like Satan and a bee and a cricket had a three-way baby together. It looks like it comes from hell. That's a Jerusalem cricket. But it gets this
there is
this parasitic worm that only comes out of it when it drowns itself. There's also a parasite, and the one I'm thinking of, I think, is the same one that's in people, that lives in rats, and it grows to maturity in rats, but it can only be gestated in the stomach of a cat, if I'm remembering this correctly. So what will happen is the rat, the parasite will actually trigger part of the rat's brain, and the rat will go to where the cats are. because it will crave the smell of cat urine.
Well, it's like any parasite that does that. For instance, there's one that I can't remember exactly what it is, but it infects the minds of like I think it's ants. Not ants. No, this one infects the minds of like
well, the one you're talking about is
insects.
Ophiocordyceps.
Yeah, the cordyceps. Those are the ones that drop on
That's a
ants.
fungus.
But there's a different one that essentially what it does is it gets into a I can't remember which insect type. They crawl to the top of a leaf and then sheep eat them, and then the sheep basically kill themselves.
Horsehair worms are one of the things I was talking about the Jerusalem cricket. Yes, Bridget, there are ants that turn fungi that turns ants into zombies.
What?
That's what we're talking about. Oh, that's a disgusting picture of a horsehair worm. God, I think I met a girl like that once in high school. No dating that.
That's awkward. That's awkward.
But parasitoids, things like that. So there are these parasitic creatures that live in human bodies that are like one step away from doing the same thing to us, but for some reason we're different.
Actually, it's the cordyceps. Cordyceps. Yeah, that's the one they actually worry about the most because it's close. I guess the last thing I read said that it's close enough that it's not necessarily a threat, but if some kind of freak of twist of nature
It would
happened,
take one mutation.
Yeah, one slight.
It's like zombie motherfucking
Zika.
apocalypse.
One of the big problems with like Zika, the bird flu virus. I don't remember the common cold. There's a lot of mutations that have been happening.
Well, look at this. Like they always said, that sharks don't get cancer and sharks don't get Alzheimer's or something like that, right? You ever heard that from back in the day?
No.
Yeah, from Deep Blue Sea.
Yeah, from Deep Blue Sea. And guess what?
I heard it.
Then a nuclear
LL
reactor
Cool J?
fell into the ocean in Japan.
LL Cool J.
Yeah, LL Cool. That's one of the greatest shark movies of all time. Deep Blue Sea, by the way.
Thank you, LL Cool J's parrot.
I think we barely brought. You ate my bird. Yeah, that shit was dope.
Fucking love that man.
Great guy.
When they didn't kill him in Halloween H2O, I was
Hey,
so happy.
don't call it a comeback.
When they did not kill him in Halloween H2O, I was like, you're damn right. You don't kill LL Cool J.
Remember him in SWAT? That was the best.
Kill him.
Guys, LL Cool J is dope.
Protect that man.
He's not trying to stop me from saying dope anymore. I'm down.
Stop that.
Nice. All right,
Anywho.
so let's do this. Monster v. Monster.
Wait, I was about to have a point there for a second.
You had a point?
And then I forgot what it was. Cause
Not just a
Something
taper on the
over
top of your head?
we rolled around and we rolled over it. And then kept going, and I was about to say something, and then I forgot what the fudge it was.
What the fudge it was? Oh, you're the one editing yourself now. That's cute.
Yeah.
Are you trying to put the F-bomb counter on me now?
Yep. It's on him.
All right. I can budget my language. I have an extensive vocabulary.
I can speak English very poorly.
English. It's English for English. All right.
I need to go to English classes to learn
Well,
English.
speak American.
All right. Anyway,
What I was
going
going
to
to say was the problem with zombie apocalypse is this. This is the problem with zombie apocalypse, and it's what I've always said is going to be the problem with zombie apocalypses. Is it's going to start. It's going to be a small town area, and within 10 minutes, everybody's going to have shown up to that small town area with all their guns, and the zombie apocalypse is going to be over. And to continue it, you're going to have to start shoving your friends into the horde to hopefully make more zombies. Okay? You're going to start feeding people to it so you can have the apocalypse. It's unfair.
I think Dr. Bridget just shut you down.
The rest of
in
us
chat.
will not get zombie apocalypses.
Our dear Dr. Bridget, I think, just shut you down. She said, host jumping is difficult in fungi, protozoa, and worms. They're too complicated. They don't evolve as fast as viruses.
Well, thank you, Bridget. That answers
At this moment.
That takes me from ever fearing that because I
Hold
played
on.
Hold on. The last
At this moment.
Hold on.
You got to do the head thing.
Play The Last of Us. If you have a PlayStation
Don't
or
play
an
The
Xbox,
Last
play
of
The Last
Us.
of Us. A beautiful game. Best story
Don't
narrated
play it.
game ever. One of my favorite, my all-time favorite. It's in my top 5 immediately. I play it again if I had it.
Is it really that good?
Oh, dude, it's amazing. It's amazing.
Tell Jesse to buy it so you
Dude,
can play sure.
The story mode is what you're there for. After a while, first you show up for zombies and stuff like that, but after the story starts getting rolling, the gameplay isn't amazing.
I came for the zombie apocalypse.
Exactly. You
I
came for
stayed
the
for the
zombies.
storyline.
You came for shooting zombies, but you will stay for the storyline to see how it ends.
I
Every
have
time.
so many friends that are just waiting for the zombie apocalypse so they just kill people for
Exactly.
for fun. It's like, bro, that's not good.
The
What are
first
they
get
waiting for?
help.
Pelican
I
and
am man
Britain,
enough
like,
to admit
Right there.
that in my lifetime I have shed tears very few times, but in the beginning of that game I shed a tear. Like right off the bat, that's how fast it got me. It got me immediately.
I 100% don't believe you.
No, I'm
You're
serious.
a crying teddy bear.
Just like fucking right away.
If
Well, I mean, in my adult life.
if you were
My
a
adult
toy,
life. In my
if
adult
you were a
life.
toy at Christmas time.
When I was a kid, I
you'd
probably
be
cried a
the
lot.
hug me, cry teddy bear.
Hey.
The parents had to put water in the butthole.
I did
so
not cry with
tears.
someone full of
No.
glass to me in the
Kid
groin.
hugged it.
Stretch Armstrong.
Oh. I wish that.
That's Jesse. That's my other brother,
Anyway,
Stretch
so-
Armstrong.
My point is that The Last of Us is a great game, but I've always wondered, like, with that, because I was always worried about that the fungi would come over and kill us, because I was like, that's a fear I always had. It's like,
You
oh god, what if
always
this
want to
jumps
hang out
over?
with the fun guy.
And then Bridget's like, no, you're cool, and I'm like,
Tis.
no, I'm not worried about the zombies anymore.
So,
Yeah.
I think Wendigos could kick some ass.
Wendigos, don't mention there's
Wendigo.
don't mention any of the unmanageables.
The Wendigo and the Yanaglanche. I figured out how to say it. Did I tell you that?
Yanaglanche.
Yanaglanche.
What was
I
that?
figured out. Skinwalker. Yanaglanche.
Oh, well, good.
I think those two.
Well,
I know, now the podcast is
who could
gonna
take
shut down.
Dogman?
We're just gonna burn all the sacred cows at the altar
Let's
right
see,
now.
do you
to
think
this.
an MK Ultra soldier could take out Dogman? Think that happened? Maybe they could.
Hey, you know my motto. If you're not on the government watch list, you should be ashamed of yourself. Fucking real.
Let's get to one.
I think we're okay. I think what happened was a series of unfortunate events.
Very oddly, a series of unfortunate events every time we mentioned those.
Speaking of which, I watched the Deadpool today again because I love that movie. Not Deadpool, which I also love, both those
Clint
movies,
Eastwood.
but the good, the Dirty Harry, the Deadpool. Jim Carrey, his first acting role, as far as I know, was a heroin junkie. And then see, circular. It all comes back together. It's cyclical. All comes back together. Liam Neeson's also in that movie.
All right, it should be good then. Liam Neeson's in it.
He's kind of a cunt waffle in that
Okay.
movie, actually. Clint Eastwood's the one to watch in that film, though. Hey, James, in chat. All right, so we're going to start with this. Jack, who wins? Sasquatch versus Dogman,
Dogman.
and why?
Dogman.
Okay, why?
Simple, claws and teeth.
You don't think Squatch has claws and teeth?
Well, the Dogman is also okay. So imagine this: dogs have immense amount of muscles, right? They have heavy muscle strength. Which
So
is why,
do the great apes.
yes, but great apes have intense, but they
Do
don't.
you want to
have
see a gorilla
teeth.
fight a wolf?
They don't
Who
have
do you think's going to
teeth
win?
like that.
Yeah, they do.
And also, Dogmen roll in packs. Everybody knows that. It's not one Dogman. It's like 5.
So do apes, the great apes, gorillas and whatnot.
Apes, yeah, they might roam in 3s, but not like
No,
in
they're in
massive
family
herds.
troops.
Not the Bigfoot. The Bigfoot's
Also,
not wandering
dogs
around
tend
that
to
big.
really like humans, and Sasquatch or more humanoid. Maybe
Okay, so-
Dogman are the pets of Sasquatch.
Yeah, I was about to say, let's solve this immediately. Neither would win because Dogmen are the pets of
Bridget in
Sasquatch.
chat says Squatch has the best reach. He wins. Boom.
No, hold on.
Squatch.
Hold on, Bridget. Hold
I
on.
agree.
Hold on. Crow Cop beat Emelianko,
Okay,
and he had better reach.
I was watching a YouTube video from a martial arts guy, a BJJ
Actually, I don't know
guy
if he did or
earlier,
not. That's a joke.
and the question brought to him was who would win in a fight, Mike Tyson or Ip Man?
Mike Tyson.
And he had to break it down
Mike Tyson.
why Mike Tyson, Iron Mike, would beat the balls off Ip Man in a heartbeat.
Oh, he's immediately.
Not even a question. Ip Man, I'm sorry, guys. If you're Wing Chun practitioners, I don't mean to offend you. I love martial arts. Been studying my
But
whole
he's
life.
gonna blast the shit out
But
of him.
Iron Mike Tyson versus Ip fucking Man in their prime? No. No. No.
Mike Tyson's one-shotting him.
Mike wins 100 times out of 100.
Mike Tyson
Period.
is the
No.
original
In that fight.
one-punch man.
Absolutely.
Just saying.
Iron Mike Tyson in his
If
prime.
he lands
versus Ip
one
Man in
hit,
his
you're
prime. Hell
done.
no.
Anybody. Almost anybody.
You get a guy who's almost 250 pounds versus a guy who's 110 pounds soaking wet. There's no fight.
Yeah, it's a different
There's
weight
no
class
fight, no
and
fight.
a different fighting style too. You're talking
I've been in fights with guys that do Wing Chun.
and Wing Chun.
They could barely land a swing on me. And I'm not a good fighter. Mom.
Wing Chun requires a lot like
And she's over on the
Aikido.
side. You guys
it
can't
requires
see her.
way
She
too much
doesn't
of
look at
your
the
opponent
camera.
making mistakes.
Wing Chun is great against Wing Chun. It's not great against someone
That's
who
what
will
I'm saying.
actually hurt you.
Aikido and Wing Chun both have this issue with the requirement of your opponent to make mistakes. You're supposed to capitalize off your
The
opponent.
only fight that we know Bruce Lee lost, or we think Bruce Lee might have lost, was a straight Wing Chun to Wing Chun fight against a guy who was a Shaolin monk or some bullshit
Well, the
like
only
that.
sparring match we
He
know.
got his ass kicked by Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Okay, Kareem
A
Abdul-Jabbar
sparring
was one of his
match.
students in a sparring match.
Yeah.
That's a different
And
thing.
Kareem was also a
telling you,
black
Mom.
belt.
We're talking about an actual fight.
I'm telling you though.
We're talking, yeah, because Kareem was
Yeah.
huge.
All he did was kick him.
He
Foot.
had the reach.
Kareem's foot was as big as Bruce Lee's
That's right.
entire
He had
torso.
the reach.
Ip
Therefore,
Man
Sasquatch
versus Mike
wins.
Tyson, exactly. Ip Man
Okay, look.
versus Mike Tyson.
Dog
Ip
Man
Man
wins.
loses.
Hold on.
Fight Squatch and
Stop.
Dogman. Squatch wins.
Okay, hold on. Equivalency.
We're talking one-on-one.
Hold on. Equivalency. Human versus dog. Who wins a fight?
Human.
Human will lose a fight generally.
Depends on the human.
It depends.
Depends on the human. Depends on the dog.
Yeah.
Depends purely, except for the fact that if it's an
You can't say purely. There's nothing pure about
hold on.
this.
Great Dane versus man. Who wins?
Depends on the
Man.
guy.
No. Great
No.
Dane.
No.
No, Great Danes
Much
are-
stronger.
No.
No.
Much stronger.
No.
They're big. That's
The
all
muscle
that
fight
matters.
is
No,
so much
no.
stronger.
It doesn't
No.
matter. I've been in fights with
You
pit
need to
bulls.
check
Now,
out the dog.
The next thing you
The
have
dog
to
structure
realize
there.
is that dog only has basic claws. Dogman has sharper claws, right? It has bear-like claws. So A, it can grip and tear. Okay. Bigfoot doesn't have claws.
Yeah, but
he's got
okay.
strength
if
and
we're
reach.
basing this off
Doesn't have
like the
teeth that
idea
gnash
that
and kill you.
Sasquatch is like a great ape, base it like this: a gorilla can literally,
bet
a
it
chimpanzee,
needs
a chimpanzee could, as big as you are, a chimpanzee could actually take your arm off your body
Yeah.
and beat you with it, and then it would
Okay.
jerk off
Yeah.
on your fucking arm blood.
All the dog have to do was get one bite in that long-ass hand, and
No.
it's going to be stronger than a wolf, and a wolf can break through human bone.
Gorillas can do that too. They
Yeah,
have a strong
except
bite.
all it's going to do is bite into the Squatch once and bite right through whatever it's
These are
biting,
not
and then
monsters.
tear it
The
out.
Squatch would tear its head off
Also,
and pee in it.
the Squatch isn't agile like the Dogman will be. The Dogman
How
will
do
be
you know? Hold
faster,
on.
more
This is
agile,
bullshit.
and quicker.
The Sasquatch is so agile.
No. Okay, it is a big lumbering animal. Okay,
No,
it
it's
will
not
maul
lumbering.
the Sasquatch.
You're talking about the bullshit Northern California, the Sasquatch bullshit. The Patterson-Gimlin fraudulent Sasquatch. I'm talking about the Sasquatch that goes on all fours and can hide and lives probably underground and can swing from
No.
trees and is so fast you can't get away from it, Sasquatch.
First off,
What's
Dogman's
wrong with
faster
you?
and stronger.
I think it was
No.
hippies.
Faster and stronger. Faster.
Guys in
stronger.
chat, let us know. Again,
First
Bridget
off,
put her
you don't
vote
even
in
know
correctly.
Sasquatch is the style of a great ape. You can't prove that. I can prove Dogman is just like a larger dog
Why?
that stands on 2 foot
What did
legs.
you
Okay,
do?
so-
I've met one.
Okay, have you
Okay,
ever-
his name was
okay.
Steve, and he was fantastic.
Let
All
me,
right.
let me explain something to you. A dog has really weak arms and legs compared to an ape.
Yeah, but this is human style arms. It's going to be a lot stronger.
As far as you know,
As far as I know, I told you
we
I met
know
Steve.
a Squatch is like Mike fucking Tyson of the
I
wild.
met Steve. Dogman, okay? He's cool. Fuck you. Pay me.
All the Sasquatch has to do is grab a Chewy toy and throw it, and the fucking dog's gonna go for it. And the Sasquatch get behind him and rip his fucking
First
guts
off,
out.
No, he's gonna
There's
climb a tree.
5
The dog is
dogmen
gonna
probably in a
jump on it
fight
and
because
smack
they're like wolves. Okay, Bridget?
Hold on. Squatch can just whip his arm that the dog attached itself to the nearest tree and break its neck. Thank you, Bridget. I know us gingers are gonna win the end.
I knew this was a good.
So we all agree that Sasquatch wins against Dogman. How about
Dracula and Wolfman.
No.
Vampires and
you have not
werewolves.
satisfied this story yet. Okay? First
The
off,
thing about vampires
no.
though is they're
First
so
off,
fast,
first off,
they
okay?
can go at the speed of sound.
Sasquatch can't even probably get a grip because he got such loose skin. So that fur and that loose skin, he's gonna grab it like a pit bull, and Dogman's just gonna claw his face. Win every time. Agility is going to win. The Dogman gets underneath and in and bites the throat.
Hey, Jack.
Perfect.
I guarantee right
10
now,
out of 10. and
someone-
it's climbing in the trees, jumps on Sasquatch, tears at the back of its neck.
I
rips
guarantee
out,
right
wins.
now someone in Hollywood is ripping off our idea of the
Hey, Jack.
monster versus monster.
I call bullshit.
You know what?
Oh, Mom.
Bullshit.
Call
Jack
it
is
bullshit.
right. Jack is right 100% of the time. Jack talks
Jack
about
is
stuff in
right.
third
It's
person.
about as
Then
effective
again,
as Sex
I call
Panther.
bullshit.
You know what? I'm just saying right now.
60% of the time.
Okay, so let
Jack's
me put
right
it like
all
this.
the time.
Jack is bringing you agility, strength, teeth, knowledge,
Smells like Bigfoot's
intelligence of
dick.
fighting. You're just telling me Sasquatch is really strong.
How do you know what Bigfoot's dick smells like?
You've never seen Anchorman?
Sasquatch really strong. Sasquatch
I'm just
squash
asking.
things.
It was a line from Anchorman, Mom. Good lord.
I'm just asking.
Look,
60% of the time,
first
it works all
off-
the time.
Chewbacca is a Wookiee. He's not a Sasquatch.
Who brought Chewbacca?
All right,
Wait. Have
Bridget,
you ever seen Chewbacca
Wookiee.
fight?
All right.
Yeah, Chewbacca kicks
Wookiee.
ass.
That's essentially how a
Don't
Sasquatch
you
will fight.
confuse this.
Is
all
what
right.
Bridget in chat says. You know what?
And
Chewbacca
I'm
has a
pretty sure
bowcaster.
Chewbacca's gonna beat Dogman every time with that fucking bowcaster. That's not a fair comparison. He'd just throw a bomb on him or something.
The craziest part
Dogman
about,
would be like, "Fuck this, I'm
here's
out."
the thing, though. If we're making assumptions, the thing about Dogman, we know a bunch about Squatch. Apparently, we don't know a whole lot about Dogman. We know he's big. They're big. There's many of them.
Well, they don't report about it when they keep getting their ass kicked.
Well, I know. Here's why we don't know about Dogman. Because Sasquatch
is just out there
butt
killing all the
fucking him
fucking
over the
dogmen.
territory.
Sasquatch just out there killing dog.
Squatch is out there. Hey, Dogman, what are you doing? Dogman's like, yo, bro, what's up? He's like, get the fuck away from my place. Dogman tries to fight. Gets his arms ripped off. Or gets demasculated by a Sasquatch.
No, doesn't.
I don't know.
Rips right through Squatch's arm.
No.
Squatch bleeds to death.
Squatch
what
died.
happens? Squatch dies when the other Dogman comes from behind it
make
like a clever
Vanishing
girl and
Gates
bites his fucking
t-shirts.
throat off.
I'm going to make Vanishing Gates t-shirts. One's going to say,
No,
Team
first
Squatch,
off,
Team Dogman.
I'm going to tell you how exactly how. I'm going to break this story down for you,
Yeah.
okay? This is a moment where he's looking at the Dogman in front of him. Meanwhile, Dogman number 2, he didn't even see coming, comes from the left and the right.
No, this is a one-on-one
And he's
cage
going to say
fight.
clever girl as he dies.
It's a one-on-one cage fight, dude. This isn't like a fight in the open. All right, how about this? Nessie versus the Kraken.
Kraken.
Kraken every time.
Kraken.
Why?
Much larger. Well, the Kraken is supposed to be fucking massive. Nessie's only like...
Well, hold on. We know the Kraken exists. It's a giant squid, and they're not that super aggressive. We know that Nessie would have been, if it was real, a
they can be
Leopleurodon
extremely
or a
aggressive.
plesiosaur.
Look, first
No,
off,
the Kraken's not super aggressive.
Krakens
Giant
fight
squid is
blue
not
whales.
super aggressive.
They eat blue whales.
I've seen documentaries, and some of them can be extremely aggressive.
I know.
eat
You
blue
also
whales.
saw the mermaid body found in
I'm
Puddle
just
Springs.
saying, unless Leopleurodon is the size of a blue whale, which it's not getting very far against the fucking Kraken, which has massive arms, many of them, each one of them capable of crushing the son of a bitch like a toy.
It depends on the aggressiveness of said Kraken. Now, if we're doing the giant squid as the Kraken, then yeah,
I'm
it
just
will
saying,
lose.
if you
versus
think about it,
a
which has been
plesiosaur.
proved by the fact that they haven't attacked anybody.
they
Nessie,
don't exist either. But
because it's not a thing.
Purely
The Loch Ness was frozen over during the time.
Then how can you have a versus?
Because it's a fictional thing. We're not like actually. I don't believe this is gonna happen.
For
Jesus
fictional
Christ!
shit,
Everyone
I
agrees though the
think
Kraken.
that's
I think we
not
all
violent.
agree
Look,
the
also-
Kraken would win.
Leopleurodon doesn't have arms. It has a face.
Now, you guys
That's it.
do know, hey, Mom,
That's the only
Jack,
thing, and then
you
you get
guys
back
know the original Kraken wasn't a big squid thing. It was a big lizard dragon thing, right? You know
Yes,
that.
I know.
All right, so that said, the Kraken of old
I've
would be Nessie.
read my Greek mythology.
It's Norse mythology, not Greek mythology.
Kraken,
Actually,
I know
it's just
now.
Greek mythology.
That's
No, the
released by
Kraken is
Zeus.
not.
And destroys
Yes,
an entire
Kraken is a
city.
Northern European thing. There was a story about it that was translated later.
Fine.
The translation Kraken comes
wins.
from an old. The reason we think of that in the Odyssey, right?
The Odyssey. No.
Megalodon versus Kraken.
Megalodon.
Megalodon.
Meg wins.
Meg wins.
Meg wins.
Fucking Meg.
But those aren't medieval, things are.
You know what? Megalodons are not. They're still there. They're just deep down. Read some of the novels. Peter Benson wrote
Megalodon
greatly
wins.
about it.
No arguments.
Hey,
Megalodon.
What about a banshee and a leprechaun?
A banshee and a
Leprechaun.
leprechaun.
Leprechaun every time.
That sounds more like a
Little
porno
shits.
than anything else.
He's
You
a
know,
devious little bastard.
leprechauns are cobblers. They make shoes.
Yeah, totally still beating the Banshee though.
And the banshee
Doesn't even
follows
fight anybody.
3
Yeah,
families.
Yeah. So
to mark
that's not
their
even
death.
really. Actually, apparently, banshees do attack people in some cultures.
You
Like
know-
the cultural reference of different cultures, they call banshees are they attack people.
Frito Banditos.
I'm not
You
sure
steal
what
your
I was.
chips.
I was watching. I like to watch like creepypastas and different videos and stuff like that. But apparently, like in the Middle East, they have a type of banshee. They call it a banshee. Like in English, the people like to translate to what they're saying to banshee, and they say that's the closest thing they can
Well,
think
you've
of.
heard of the Grim Reaper, right?
Well, we
Death,
actually, I know
okay.
the story behind that one too.
Go for it.
The story behind the Grim Reaper was one of the traditional. It wasn't biblical or anything like that. It's actually only from the
Yeah.
Black Death. It's only back from the Dark Ages when Black Death happened. They would people would report seeing people in the fog, a fog outside of the villages that were about to be struck by the plague, sweeping back and forth, producing fog from scythes, and that's where the story of the Grim Reaper comes from.
Wasn't there a lot of Flemish art that started it? Because Flemish art's some of the creepiest art in the fucking world.
I think that's probably
It's
where
also
the image.
beautiful,
That's
by the
probably
way,
where the
guys.
image
I'm not
comes
hating
from,
on it.
essentially, from when the people wrote it. Because it's not the townspeople making these stories; it's people who listen to them making the story around it. They probably see art and they just put a picture to it.
You're edumacating me because I didn't even know that.
Yeah,
About
that's the
the
story of
fogs
the
going in.
the story of the Grim Reaper.
I knew something
Is that
about that.
They
about
would
that.
approach villages, and villages that were hit with blight. A lot of people had the same story accordingly. That it was
Hold on. Bridget in chat says, aren't Banshee metaphysical, though? How is a leprechaun going to drunkenly fight something without physical form?
He sobers up.
Bridget, I know you're Irish, much as I, and you know when we drink enough, we'll fight whatever we can
Yeah,
fight.
he's going to fucking fight. It doesn't matter.
The Banshee's getting knocked the fuck out.
The Banshee's going to be a wall in the corner of a picture of someone that he looks like a Banshee, and that leprechaun's going to be punching that wall until that wall gives out, okay? That Banshee is losing.
Yeah.
Fist fighting
So,
all
Bridget,
the way.
come on. You know better.
Exactly. Exactly.
Oh, yeah, I didn't know that about the Grim Reaper, though. I didn't know that's where that image came from. We should do an episode on the Grim Reapers.
It's the traditional story is that it comes from the Dark Ages in England when the Black Plague would hit in the villages. There'd just be a guy, or guys, multiple, by the way, which is one of the things if you listen to Ancient Aliens, they talk about it.
Plural?
Yeah, it's many people. It's supposedly aliens. This is what they think one of the things is aliens.
No,
is that,
come on. No more aliens.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Kind of aliens.
It's not. This is people didn't think they were aliens. They thought it was a mythical creature bringing the Black Plague, and it would swing us side to side, and fog would come from them doing it.
But it was rats.
Hence why it was the Grim Reaper. Yeah, but they didn't know that.
And bad living.
And they had to tell a story about it. And when you want to tell stories and you want to be,
no, I got
because people always still want to be known for something, so you write a story, and that's how it happens. But no one knows. I don't think anyone knows who wrote these stories originally. It's just things that were passed down.
It's hard to trace when no one can write. Verbal traditions.
Prove to me yesterday happened.
Well, you're here now.
But I'm saying, prove to me that we were here
yesterday.
Prove to me right now. Prove to me, without a shadow of a doubt, and with 100% fact that we weren't. We were here yesterday.
Fight between yesterday and today?
Yes.
Okay, who wins?
You know, I've seen the Langoliers, and that was a terrible, terrible television remake.
Yeah, I didn't like it very much. I'm just saying the point is that stories are passed down. I mean, every knowledge, all the knowledge we hold now is set by, or from the past is set by people writing
literally
stories.
everything is passed down. That's what history is.
Literally 90% of the Roman Empire could have never even existed. It could have been a dot, a speck on the ass of the world that never happened, and then other things took place. Maybe. But that's what I'm saying. Maybe those were different cultures.
Histories are also written by the victor.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's a lot of this shit.
Istanbul
could be
nothing. It used to be Constantinople.
Here's the thing. I mean, like, if you think about that.
Istanbul.
And it's also different. If you go to Canada, history's different. If you go to Europe, history's different.
Yeah, everything changes.
If you go to Mexico, it's different than ours.
Dude, when I was a kid, the history books were different than now.
History is often subjective.
It's very subjective.
History is very subjective.
That's why we have Google and the internet.
It's proving the past is a bit of a bitch, because it's like you can't actually say that what happened because you don't know what happened. You weren't there. You can only read what was on there.
Bridget just owned you one yesterday. You want to read what she said?
Not true, Bridget.
Bridget says your ass is proof. And the reason she says that is, this is Dr. Bridget. You're going to shit out yesterday's food today, so you were here yesterday. LOL. And she's a doctor. Or going to be a doctor.
Prove to me I ate yesterday. Prove to me that's just not happening.
You're still going to crap. Unless you got a bowel plug, in which case you do need Dr. Bridget's
Okay, prove to me everything didn't start last Thursday.
Next monster fight. Who do you got? You do this one. Who v who?
Let me think of an interesting one here. Skinwalker versus werewolf. Skinwalker versus werewolf.
So, same guy versus same guy. This is like a masturbatory fight.
Not quite. I mean, skinwalkers are someone taking the form of an animal.
They're so closely.
They all have the same background, though.
Yeah,
I mean,
they all have
fine.
the same...
If you said Skinwalker versus Dogman, it's different.
Okay, fine.
No, not really.
Okay, you know, we'll hold Wolfman off. Skinwalker versus Goatman.
Goatman?
Yep, versus Goatman.
Skinwalker. Skinwalker.
Goatman has the ability to trick, to manipulate minds, to create illusions.
Only one Goatman.
Yeah, the Skinwalker's just gonna milk him and
But they're also
Goatman Chev.
They're also supposedly
$10
super
a
strong,
pound.
and they're demonic, right?
Well,
so they actually have magic.
Goatman are based on the satyrs.
What about?
And they have an axe.
Well, one
the
Goatman has an
Jersey
axe.
Devil and what other one did they have? Oh, Mothman.
Mothman, the
Jersey Devil versus Mothman?
Yeah.
Mothman. Jersey Devil.
Mothman will let the Jersey Devil just die.
Jersey Devil.
Jersey
No.
Devil. Mothman.
Jersey
is not
Devil.
It doesn't. No, we don't know that. Mothman will just show up.
Mothman
Jersey
is
Devil will
an
just happen
omen.
to have cancer that day.
All right, you got me there. I don't know what to say about that.
Mothman shows up, something bad happens. Jersey Devil's fucked. Mothman versus anything, he wins.
I'm with Bridget on this. I still think Goatman wins.
He's
that
a
fight, by the way.
demon. Probably doesn't need to touch him to kill him. She says about Goatman.
Yeah, I'm
Bridget,
calling him.
Goatman is not that, because Goatman was supposedly, depending on the Goatman, a laboratory creation or the product of a guy who really loves goats. Ugh.
No, they're ancient satyrs. They're tree fairy. They're folk. They're tree folk.
Well, not the American
They're forest
Goatman.
folk.
Not the story of the American Goatman. Yeah, it's based on the
You
satyrs.
didn't say satyr, you said goat.
Yeah, you said Goatman, not satyrs.
I told you. And Jersey Devil has
Mothman
wings.
has wings, so does Jersey Devil,
Jersey
supposedly.
Devil
Well,
flies.
not always.
The point is, it's an aggressive creature that's going to eat him.
Mothman shows up. You can't fuck with him. He's like Wu-Tang Clan. It's nothing to fuck with. Mothman shows up.
Mothman just say nothing to
somebody
fuck
gets
with.
butt boned. It's
Not just
it's
one
all there is
person.
to it.
Hundreds of people get boned.
Hundreds. Jersey Devil's one of those 100. Jersey Devil will be going to work, driving to the shore like, yo, I gotta get my oil for my suntan. Driving out there like, I gotta meet with, what's her face?
Snooky.
Schnooky.
Oh my god.
Driving on his way to the shore, and the bridge collapses.
Is that punishment
Mothman wins, hands
Mothman
down.
No. If he's picking up Snooki, that's punishment enough.
Hi, Josh in chat.
Hey there. All right. then.
Happy belated birthday, good guy Josh in chat.
Slenderman. Slenderman versus Mothman.
Slenderman versus Mothman.
Slenderman couldn't beat a girl. A little girl. Come on.
Well, Slenderman did convince girls to kill. to try to
Slenderman.
kill. Lots of
Slenderman
times.
manipulates or creates illusionary worlds that people live in and manipulates people
Yeah,
with.
I think it's a
Mothman's
stalemate.
buying it.
I think that's a tap. I don't think it's
I
going to
don't
be a
think-
fight.
I don't think Mothman's buying it.
I don't think it's going to go anywhere. I think it's going to be
That's the one thing I can say is he's an omen. He's
Slenderman
technically an omen of
versus
death.
Mothman is going to be like watching the first fight with Ken Shamrock or the second fight with Ken Shamrock and Gracie, where they just went for a half an hour until finally Ken Shamrock hit him hard enough, realizing the fight was real, and his head bubbled up like a balloon, and the ref stopped the fight. Nobody really won. Nobody really lost. Got it?
Very nice.
That work? Good.
All right.
Good.
Stalemate.
Slenderman versus
Take it.
Mothman. What the fuck? Preposterous.
All right then.
The Boogeyman.
Well, we don't really know what a boogeyman is.
All right, let's clarify it this way: Jason versus Freddy. No, the movie doesn't fucking count. Dumb.
Okay, first off,
I
Freddy's a
thought-
creature that lives in nightmares. Jason
Yeah.
doesn't sleep. Neither
I'm
fight
saying-
each other.
I'm calling Jason. Yeah,
Neither of them
I'm
fight
calling
each other.
Jason on that.
If
No,
they're fighting, Jason's
no,
somehow
Jason
asleep,
doesn't care.
and
He
Freddy
kills
kills his
everything.
ass.
Here's my thing. I maintain that the reason they did that story was to make the reason that Jason became the hero in that story
You
was
did?
because
I've never seen it.
I still say it.
because Freddy was a fucking pedophile.
Yeah,
That's the
that
reason
was.
Jason became the hero, because
I don't watch
he was
slasher
killed by
movies, so-
as a kid by people that didn't pay attention, and he went to kill the pedophile.
Yeah, in the movie
I've
they
seen-
make it
I've
like
seen
a reference
Nightmare
that
on Elm Street, and I've seen Friday the 13th, and I realized there were slasher
Yeah.
movies, and that there was going to be lots of sequels, and I have from then on not.
You know,
watched
not
them.
all slasher movies have their place in my
Slasher
heart.
movies
It's gore
suck.
porn that bother me. Like, I don't like the Saw movies.
that's just stupid.
I love the first one.
Oh, of course you did. You don't like
I-
slasher movies.
Well, it was
I
a
don't like
horror
slasher
thriller.
movies,
That
Mom,
was a-
but I
the
like
thought-
Saw.
It was
the
a
thought
detective
that
It's
horror.
went
gore
into that-
porn.
No, the thought that
first-
went into that was great. The ones after that,
Wasn't a lot of
The
thought went into
first
that.
5
one-
minutes worth was enough.
I
to
will
Those
grant
are
Saw
hostile.
one. I will grant Saw the first movie one thing. It was
had Carrie
essentially
Eloise.
a
It was well
detective
thought out.
movie.
It was
It was a
well
movie
thought
where you
out.
had to think. You were trying to figure out
Yeah.
what was happening.
I didn't.
And all the clues were there if you put them together. Which
I had
is why
it
it's good for
pinned in
people
the
to think.
first like 10 minutes
But
of the
everything
movie.
else was like, yeah, that's trash. Everything else was just gore porn.
I had it pinned like right away. Are you serious? You guys, people that are surprised by Saw always get to me because I'm like, how was that a big shocker to you?
I wasn't surprised.
Aquaman.
It was obvious.
I thought it was very
Aquaman
surprised.
versus the creature from the Black Lagoon.
Aquaman, of course.
Nope, he gets eaten by the creature of the Black Lagoon because Aquaman's a bitch.
No, he doesn't, because Aquaman calls in the whales and the sharks, and they come and eat
No,
him.
no, no.
In
Hold
the middle
on.
of a.
No, hold on. I've seen the dude's picture.
swamp?
Aquaman calls in his fangirls, and the fangirls beat the creatures of Black
Fuck
Lagoon
yeah,
to death.
Jason Momoa, yes.
Jason
hell
Momoa
yes.
just waves his staff and a bunch of fangirls show up.
Yeah, wave your staff.
Stop
please.
fucking. Oh my god. Oh my god. Why?
Awapu wa una. Whiter is better.
I had to.
Oh, thanks,
Fucking
Mom.
cowards.
You're terrible. People wonder why we're so fucked up.
Yay. No more wondering, everybody. You've
Weird
got the
genes aren't
answers.
passed down.
No
Much
more
like
wondering.
old shoes to your younger sibling. Bad genes are passed down, folks. You know that here on Vanishing Gates.
All right.
Good Lord Almighty. Ugh. I'm not repeating that.
Werewolf versus Dracula. The most common fight.
Dracula.
Werewolf.
Werewolf
Always
Werewolf.
wins.
Werewolf is strong, but you gotta remember, vampires are strong too, but vampires have like super speed.
Okay, so you guys are
werewolves.
forgetting
You gotta
something.
catch him
Back in the
to
day,
turn him
though, you
apart.
guys are forgetting something. And where the stories of werewolves and vampires originate, werewolves and vampires were the same damned thing.
Right.
Y'all forget this.
Back
Y'all.
then,
I just
though,
said
they
y'all.
were basically
fuck
even.
is wrong with
They
me?
couldn't beat each other.
Well, they were the same
So-
thing. If you read Bram Stoker's Dracula, even,
I have.
he turned into a wolf. So it's the same thing. Werewolves and vampires are the same thing. Now, if we go to current, modern day werewolves and vampires, werewolf's going to win. Because guess what? Werewolves don't care if you're covered in fucking glitter.
He doesn't.
Yes.
Oh,
Werewolves
God.
eat your glittery ass.
Sparkly ass.
That was ridiculous.
There's a sparkly ass
That's the most
fucking...
ridiculous thing
I'm
I've
going to
ever
eat your
heard.
disco ball looking motherfucking ass right now.
That was. Oh, that was.
Fucking
Let me think.
Twilight.
All right, you next. I got that one. I got last two. Last three.
Huh?
Your turn.
My turn? Okay. Let's see. Frankenstein's... I know, Josh, I said it already. I called myself out on saying y'all in chat.
I say y'all.
Bastard. I did. I said y'all.
I say it.
I say it too.
What y'all talking about?
Y'all need Jesus.
Y'all need Jesus.
Anyway.
What's
So-
the difference between a northern girl and a southern girl?
Oh,
Oh,
God.
God, no.
No, don't do it.
No.
No, do
I
it.
don't even know if they can hear
A
me.
northern girl says you can. A southern girl says y'all.
Dracula can only be killed by stakes, yeah? Werewolf can just
Or
throw them
sunlight.
really hard at the tree. LOL.
Or sunlight, or they can get their head shot
Oh,
off.
Bridget's the best.
Okay.
Or they can be set on fire.
Next argument. Frankenstein versus whom?
Frankenstein's monster.
Frankenstein's
About
monster.
a
The
family.
monster.
Yeah, because Frankenstein isn't the... Well, actually, Frankenstein is the monster.
Yeah, he's the real monster of the
This guy's
story,
a
but
fucking sick motherfucker.
Scientist.
he's
yeah.
the actual monster of the story. But
He's basically...
little known fact.
What's his face? It dug up people for his mom that he was really into back in the day. Ed Gein. Frankenstein. Dr.
Yeah.
Frankenstein's basically Ed Gein with a better budget. And an
Probably
accent.
better looking.
Yeah, probably better looking.
Anywho.
I doubt that. So Frankenstein's monster versus...
The mummy.
No,
No.
Frankenstein
Yeah,
versus...
that's no
Wasn't that an
challenge.
Abbott and Costello movie back in the day?
The mummy doesn't really have anything for him. He just there.
what I
Frankenstein's
said.
monster versus Chris Benoit.
Boy, that's a tough one.
That's
Yeah. Yeah, that's a tough one.
Except Chris is dead.
a little dark there.
So is
And
Frankenstein's
he hasn't had any
monster.
Dark there.
steroids in a while, so I'm calling Frankenstein's monster.
Yeah,
Frankenstein's monster versus 90% of the guy that participate in Mr. Olympus. I'm pretty sure I can beat them because they can't move fast enough to catch me.
And they can't bend their arms.
Oh. Don't get me wrong, guys. I'm into weightlifting. It doesn't look like it. I like working out and lifting weights. I do love it. There's a euphoria that comes with it. It's great. It is.
Just listen to Arnold Schwarzenegger
But when you
talk about it.
steroid up, oh yeah, I'm coming.
I'm coming all the time. Every
coming.
time I'm
It
lifting, I'm
feels
just
like when
coming,
I'm with a
coming.
woman, I'm coming. Quick, get to the chopper. You get to the chopper to avoid your weird.
I never want
nuts
to work
about
out with
happen.
Arnold Schwarzenegger. I'm just
Lord,
saying.
I know. Spot me, young man. Now,
Predator
I had to get to the
Lyft
chopper.
versus Uber, next blockbuster film.
Lyft versus Uber. Who wins? Lyft versus
Who got the
Uber?
highest body count is the question.
Oh, automated Uber, I think, right
What's
now
that
does.
film said a movie wasn't good unless at least 47 people died? You had to count how many people died.
Yeah, kill counts in movies are great.
like
I
it.
lost track after every action movie made after fucking
Die Hard.
anything in the 90s.
Okay, so
Die Hard is a Christmas
what other
movie.
monsters are
It's
there?
Die Hard season.
Predator.
That's not a
That's
monster.
not a monster.
Yes, it is. It's
not a
a
monster.
fucking monster.
No, the guy that made
Alien
Alien
versus
vs. Predator,
Alien versus
that fucker's
Predator.
a monster. The guy that did that, he's a monster.
Hey, that's one of my favorite
Those movies were
series.
terrible.
I love those movies. Shut up.
Alien vs. Predator and Alien vs. Predator Requiem
No,
were two of the
Requiem-
worst things that ever
Requiem
happened to
should-
mankind.
Requiem never should.
They were the
have
Holocaust of
come
movies.
across. That's almost
I'm gonna
as
get
bad as
snake.
Manos Hands of Fate. It
Oh,
comes
look,
close.
even Jack's like, whoa, Jay said that. I'm weirded out now, man. You shouldn't say that. No shit. That shouldn't have been made. Fuck you if you like those movies. They're terrible. Nothing good about that.
I'm just gonna go
I
on
like
and say
the
you're
anniversary.
probably wrong on that.
I'm not comparing the two.
Just saying.
I'm not saying the movies are worse than the Holocaust. I'm saying
Well,
for
now
film,
we're getting into semantics. Let's just.
I'm always up for semantics. All right.
Jean-Claude Van Damme versus Jason Statham. Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Yeah.
Jason
JVD
Statham was
wins.
a diving instructor.
He was an Olympic diver.
He was an Olympic diver.
Jason
Jean-Claude Van Damme actually
Statham.
knows how to fight.
Hey, I like Jason
Jason
Statham
Statham's
more than
losing.
as an actor. I
He's
much
better
more
looking.
prefer.
Is
Jason
that
This is
Statham
a
is a
fight
much
thing.
better. I don't know about a better body, dude.
He's not.
Like, I
he
can't really
Yes,
say
he
he
that.
doesn't do
No.
martial arts.
Jean-Claude Van Damme is a legit
Jean-Claude Van
martial
Damme
artist.
actually does martial arts. Jason
an
Statham's
actual
not.
guy
He was
that
a-
can
he was a
fight.
he was a scuba instructor.
Oh, Bridget has
He's a
one in
diving
chat.
instructor.
The Blob versus
Oh God, the blob.
Itself.
the Blob
The
versus
Blob.
Rosie O'Donnell.
Oh shit, that
We
was
haven't done a
tough.
Rosie O'Donnell joke in a while.
Run, blob, run!
Run, Blob! She will slurp you with a straw.
Hold on, let me think about
Ugh.
that. Okay, so here's the
She's gonna throw a Tom Cruise picture on you and eat you alive,
the
Blob.
Blob versus a zombie horde.
The Blob.
The blob.
Ah! But it ingests humans, right? What if it ingests zombies and it can
The
poison
Blob
them?
ingests whatever it wants to ingest. Have you ever seen the Blob,
No.
He eats the town, dude.
bro?
Well, then the fucking blob. Does it make sense? How are you gonna fight a blob?
You know who's gonna win? You know who's gonna beat the Blob?
I
Frozone from The Incredibles.
Yes,
Every time.
yes, that one.
Every time. Frozone wins.
The Blob versus Rosie O'Donnell. The Blob loses. Rosie wins.
Where's my super suit?
The Blob versus
Dracula.
99% of other things. The Blob wins because the Blob will just ingest you. One of the greatest movies, conceptually.
I mean,
Okay, so we have this idea. When we think about aliens and stuff, we think about humanoid things. We don't think about things that
Okay.
are gelatinous monsters.
Killer Clowns from
Think.
Outer Space versus Pennywise
Yeah.
doesn't make any sense.
Killer
Pennywise,
Clowns from Outer Space versus Pennywise.
Yes!
Pennywise is an
Pennywise.
outer god.
Pennywise.
He is the outer god. He is
Okay,
the dark god.
Hold on. Pennywise got beaten by some kids having sex together.
You can't kill him.
Killer Clowns from Outer Space got beat by some kids that were probably having sex
Fun
together.
fact:
So
you can't kill Pennywise. That's not how
Pennywise.
this works.
They did kill Pennywise.
No, you can't kill
They
Pennywise.
did you not read the book? They
No.
did kill Pennywise.
If you actually read the
No.
information Stephen King gives about it, you can't kill him. He is one of the two gods that exist
Okay, so Killer
in the Dark
Clowns
Tower
from
universe.
Outer Space. There's
He's-
many of them. They can
He is
just keep coming.
literally an infinite
Much
being
like Arnold, the Killer Clowns just keep
who
coming.
just happens to some reason want to stay in Derry, Maine, and live in sewer. I don't get why he does that, but
Stephen King did a lot of cocaine.
he literally
a lot
swallows
of
worlds.
drugs.
Like the whole point of Pennywise is that the creature that is Pennywise is a destroyer of worlds. He's the darkness. He eats things, whereas the turtle is the light. They are the opposite of each other. He can't exist without the other. The turtle is essentially God,
Okay.
and he is the
Pennywise
dark. He is
against
the devil.
turtle.
What turtle?
The
Oh my
infinite
God.
turtle.
Explain this, please.
I don't remember what his name was. What was his name?
It's been too long since I
The
read
turtle is
book.
the great good in the story
I've
of the
seen
Dark
the
Tower.
never-ending story. That turtle.
In Stephen
Yeah,
King's
there's
story,
another
it's the
Worthless.
turtle.
Yeah.
He's an eternal being that helps the kids do the ritual that helps defeat and basically shut Pennywise down.
So the turtle convinces a bunch of kids to have a gangbang on their girlfriend when they're like in,
no,
in,
that's
like,
actually not.
elementary school.
That wasn't
Gotcha.
him.
That was
No,
that was the
No.
book.
He later shows them how to do a ritual they need to do. That wasn't
Oh,
that.
later on. Okay, gotcha.
That there was a different thing.
Have you
The
read
actual
it
thing
ever?
that beat him. No,
Okay.
but I know the story because I pay attention to things.
Because you read Wikipedia.
Shut up! Don't
And
tell me
check
my
out Reddit.
secrets.
Good lord, I've actually read
Don't
the
tell my
book.
Wikipedia secrets, motherfucker.
When they said they were making
When I was
a
looking up great turtles, because I
version of
love
it-
turtles, I was like, who has
Great
god
turtles.
turtles?
God
And I was
turtles.
like reading something, and I was like, who has the gods? Because I was just Googling who has turtles as gods at one point, because I was bored. I was trying to figure it out, and then that came up, or
The
he came up with
turtles
the story of
must
Stephen
be crazy.
King, and I was like, well, that's interesting. And that's how I found out about all that stuff, is I started reading about the turtle.
Could you
And that's
imagine
how I learned
Mel
about the Dark
Brooks?
Tower
Can you imagine
universe.
Mel Brooks making a movie called The Turtles Must Be Crazy?
Oh my gosh.
Like, instead of a Coke bottle falling out of the sky, some turtle eggs just
hey!
all over Africa.
A ring of
wrong with you?
soda falls from the sky.
A ring of soda. The never-ending soda.
Poor turtles.
Homestar throwback. Sorry, guys. Yeah, no. It versus
Homestar.
Pennywise versus Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Marzipan.
Pennywise. Pennywise wins. Now, the Killer Clowns, though, they're aliens, and there's a sequel being made, by the way. They can just keep coming because they're from space. They come from a different planet.
Except
They're
for
from
the
outer
fact
space.
that Pennywise is an infinite being. If he goes to war with them, he's going to destroy them.
If a bunch of school kids can beat you, you're probably not the best monster.
As far as I can tell what the story is that he's essentially weakened, and so he lives in the town.
Oh, here's a
because
question
the god
Bridget
oppresses
brings
him
up.
there.
The Blob versus the Swamp of Despair.
What is the Swamp of Despair?
Because if he swallows that, it takes him over.
Oh, wait, from the Labyrinth.
Thank you. Okay, I thought I was going to have to help you here. You were
hold on,
worrying
the
me for a second.
Labyrinth.
Yes,
Okay,
the
I got
Labyrinth,
it, I got it,
motherfucker.
I got it.
The Labyrinth.
Well, I'm pretty sure the
Yeah.
blob will quit after that. It'll just kill itself. It'll just start ingesting itself at that point.
Yeah.
It will become like one of those people that eats themselves to death.
Yeah, it'll just
You ever see
I
that
think
movie?
it's called-
I think it was called Feed.
like Roseanne.
Ew.
No, Rosie O'Donnell.
No, both. Roseanne
No,
Barr and
Roseanne's
Rosie
fine.
O'Donnell.
We're not going to bash on Roseanne.
What?
Rosie O'Donnell we can bash on all day.
But I want to bash
Not
on
Roseanne.
both.
No, Roseanne's got enough.
No, everybody's open to game.
That means you're open to
Oh my
game.
God.
Well, you guys
Mr.
fuck with me all the time.
Boogaloo.
Shut up, asshole.
Ugh. No, man.
Rude?
Like, hella rude. Hella rude. What do you think this is? Killer Clown Camp?
That was my favorite movie growing up. Other than Maximum Overdrive was Killer Clown.
Maximum Overdrive. There you
I
go.
love that. Maximum Overdrive trucks
Versus the Transformers.
versus zombies.
The trucks win.
truck.
Yeah, that's pretty much true.
Okay, hold on. Just because Emilio Estevez kicks your ass doesn't mean
Emilio!
you're tough. Emilio! It doesn't mean you're tough, okay? The Mighty Duckman himself can kick your
Mighty
ass.
Duckman himself.
You're not a great monster.
That movie is still one of my all-time favorites. I'm just gonna say that right now.
Do you remember The Wraith, that movie?
Oh man, I
Yes.
hardly remember that movie.
With
Hardly.
Emilio's brother?
Yes.
One of the Sheens?
One of the Sheens.
It was Charlie Sheen, wasn't it?
It's Charlie.
It's Charlie. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a great movie.
He was winning.
He had tiger blood and Adonis DNA, winning all the time back then. But he wasn't just sure. He was Charlie Sheen positive. I'm not doing the HIV thing anymore. Okay, now Bridget, I'm not going to bring up that because
Okay, hold on.
I hate that.
If
The
you actually
Jeepers
look at
Creepers
the
guy.
if you actually look at the Jeepers Creepers creature, right? Okay, so the stalker creature. The problem with that, Bridget, is that the Hills Have Eyes people are still people. That is a demon. It's
And
going to
also-
kill them, and then it's going to walk away happily.
And also, one was made by a really good director, and the other was made by a mincing, boy-hungry pedophile. So we try not to bring that up too much, like Powder.
Oh God.
Those guys ate too fresh. They were on the Fogel diet. So we try not to bring that up too much. Nope. Just, yeah. Nope. So move along.
Moving on.
Moving on from that.
Anyways, the Jeepers
Wes
Creepers
Craven did a
creature.
great job
The
with Hills
first
Have Eyes.
movie of Jeepers
You
Creepers
really
was
did this.
actually a good movie.
Wasn't Justin Long in that?
Yeah, the first movie was good.
okay.
It was a 6.
For what it
It was a
was,
6, and
yeah.
it was a good watch. You didn't leave it with a bad taste. And
No,
you were
I
fine.
disagree. That movie was like you meet a girl at the bar and you're like 2 whiskeys in, and she looks like a 6, and she's really a guy named Bert who had his dick cut off.
Well, this just went really.
I'm just
south
saying. That's
rapidly.
it. Jeepers Creepers sucked. Fuck you. It's a terrible movie.
I don't know if that's.
It was not even a good movie at
I
all.
know that's a.
Justin
that's a
Long
good
could have done so
comparison
much
there.
better. Justin Long should have got an Academy Award
Well, Bert looked pretty
for
good
not
to me.
being in that movie, but he was in that
I
movie.
said
So.
Bert looked pretty good to me. I don't know. Apparently, Bert was a 7 or 8.
Jack's really into birds.
Because I thought Jeepers Creepers was a good movie.
I'm
so
sorry, you took me more as an Ernie guy.
You can go. You can go. Fuck yourself.
Sorry,
do whatever
that
I
movie
want.
fucking sucked.
No, it didn't.
It was a shitty movie.
It was an interesting concept.
It was Justin Long and what Megan Fox was the sister, I think, in that one.
No,
No,
Who was the sister in that? I,
don't
can't remember.
I never.
She's the
I
only
can't
person I
remember that.
don't know.
No shit. I can't remember that. I only remember Justin Long in it because it's Justin Long, and I'm like watching Zach and Miri make a porno, and he's in. I'm like, oh, that's that guy from that shitty movie. Oh, he can act. Cool.
I saw Tusk once.
Oh yeah, Tusk. I like Tusk.
I saw Tusk once.
I barely like Tusk.
You could never go back. Let's just say don't watch.
Unsee it.
You could check out anytime you like, but you could never leave.
Gremlins versus Leprechaun.
Oh.
Now,
yeah.
Bridget
real
in
reason
chat
I started
brings this
crack.
up again because
I like
Bridget's
that
our
one.
best friend here. Bridget, so Gremlin
Gremlin
versus
versus
Leprechaun. Are we
Leprechaun.
talking about Warwick Davis's Leprechaun? Do you remember his name?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
What was the name? Reardon or something like that?
Oh, the Leprechaun's name?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I don't remember his name.
I gotta look it up because I know he had a name. Like
I know
a
he
pine
changed
tree
someone with a
lining
go-kart and turned
winding
that some
road.
bitch into an F1 car.
He had a name. Leprechaun. I'm a leprechaun! Garth and Wayne? No?
Yeah,
Wayne's
no.
World? Good God. You don't remember Wayne's World?
No, I love Wayne's World.
Don't do that, man. I'm scared. But I'm a leprechaun. No,
Yeah,
Mike
stop
Myers.
it.
Okay, good. You do remember that.
Kodacom Sai.
Okay, so Leprechaun is marked as a
That's
slasher
also
film.
a reference, just so everybody knows.
Slasher / cult film.
It is a slasher.
No, it's not. It's a paranormal
It's
film.
it's a monster film.
It's
It's a monster film.
slasher movie.
It's technically
Preposterous.
it's a monster slasher.
That's why I never watched more than one of them.
Bull. It was a great movie. Jennifer Aniston was in
Jennifer
it,
Aniston's first movie, I think that was.
Yeah.
Was that was.
and she was
And
super
and then literally
duper
no one else had a
bangable.
career from that movie, except for Warwick
Warwick
Davis.
Davis.
Hold
Willow.
on, Warwick Davis does not count.
Whoa.
Warwick Davis is better
Whoa.
than everybody
Whoa.
in that movie.
Okay, you're saying
Okay.
that. That's fine. When you say it that way, it's okay.
It's Warwick fucking Davis.
I was-
Please, he's prolific as shit. Okay,
First of
by
all,
the
it's
time
a
that movie
comedy
came around,
horror.
he had already been in a lot of movies at that point. Okay, it's you can't count someone who's been doing something. I mean, Jennifer Aniston's the only one who had a career after that, whereas Warwick Davis was already famous. I mean, it was-
Wikipedia's failed me. It doesn't even have his name up there. I know he has a name though. Like a pine tree lining a winding road. He has a name.
So look, here's the thing: Gremlins win because they would just get a clover and lock his ass in a box.
The Gremlins are foolhardy and stupid. They're
gonna
basically a bunch of retarded goons.
They would accident into it.
Leprechaun.
They
No,
would accident into victory.
no.
Leprechauns are evil little.
They would
shit.
he would
And
accident
they're
he would accident himself into a
very,
victory.
Very sly.
The Gremlins would
No.
accidental themselves into a victory.
Mogwai does not win against Leprechaun.
Well,
Mogwai doesn't.
Not the
Mogwai-
movie
but
version.
Gremlin
Mogwais
does.
and gremlins are not the same thing.
Well, they are the same thing.
They come
No,
from the
they're
same
different
thing. They are
It's,
not the same.
this
thing.
is no. It's a misconception. They're the
No,
same thing.
No, they are not.
Gizmo thinks you're wrong.
No, well, Gizmo needs to shut up and get back in his box. 'Cause I'm like,
Gizmo.
Nobody puts Gizmo in a box
Nobody.
unless you own a Chinese weird store.
Who just happens to
And
sell
you're a
you
guy
a
who
creature
sells
that gets
weird
mad at you at the end because you
Tools,
did something. You're like,
toothpaste
oops.
dispensers on it. Good lord.
I still say that.
Bill
Bill
Cipher
Cipher.
versus Who the hell is
Bill
Bill Cipher?
Who?
against who?
One moment, Bridget
Bill
in
Cipher,
chat.
Bridget? I don't know who the
Bill
hell that is.
Cipher.
Against who?
Freddie.
Bill Cipher. I'm gonna feel real dumb here in a
I'm
second.
thinking,
Oh my god, Bridget. Really? Gravity Falls? You bring up Gravity Falls? God damn it. It's a cartoon character from a cartoon. Wait,
That would explain why
that was
I
redundant.
heard it but didn't know who it was.
It's a pyramid thing from a
Yeah.
cartoon.
Ah, Illuminati versus
So-
MK Ultra.
Bitch. Pretty much. He's all of
No,
those
I mean
things.
Illuminati versus MK Ultra. Who wins?
Illuminati, they win everything.
First of all, I
Illuminati will remember that.
don't believe in the Illuminati.
First off, I don't believe it
I don't
either,
care
but
one way or the other.
actually, I believe in MK Ultra, but I don't believe it ever had success. I think it was something they tried that failed miserably.
I don't even know
MK
what
Ultra was a success.
I think it was a failure.
We know it was a success.
How do we know it was a
Otherwise,
success?
dude, did you ever see that movie with Mel Gibson and Julia Roberts?
Yeah, but I saw a movie where a guy lives on fucking Mars, shits and eats potatoes until he fucking gets back home. That didn't happen in real life.
The fuck movie was that?
The Martian.
What?
The Martian. He gets left
That's a
on Mars.
movie?
Yeah.
Who was in that?
Matt Damon.
Oh, well.
That explains
Okay,
Matt Damon! Yeah,
All right,
no one
well,
cares.
I saw a movie where a guy teleported himself with a fly and became half fly.
That was Jeff Goldblum, and goddammit, that's probably accurate.
So I'm just
Well,
saying,
that was a remake, so.
Yeah,
Jeff
but
Goldblum did
it
that.
better.
Jeff Goldblum did do that. And that's how he acquires more talent every time he makes a movie.
First
he
of all,
does it to other people. That's why
Jeff
people
Goldblum
disappear.
is a beautiful
Jeff
person.
Goldblum's teleporting them with himself.
He's a human treasure,
stealing their
that man.
talent.
Oh my god.
He steals talent.
We
All
didn't
right.
get a lot of discussion done.
Here we go. King Kong versus Godzilla.
Oh, that's
Godzilla.
Kinda, yeah.
This movie's been made, so
Godzilla.
Godzilla's got that laser beam.
He's got that
fire,
plasma beam, that
he's
Just
got
atomic-
melt the
fire.
shit out of him.
Yeah.
but it never
They
melts
get
anything.
close.
And even
And
Godzilla.
it's still-
I was
But the
wondering
problem
about
is,
that shit. What does
Godzilla
it
hits
eat?
you with that beam, and nothing fucking happens.
Okay, I've always wondered what's happening there because he never melts anything.
I
Nothing
think
ever
he's
happens with it.
I think he's vomiting.
He's just like spitting on them. Like
I think we're misunderstanding what's
I
happening.
I think what's happening is it's effective.
Atomic vomit.
But they're too cheap to make it look like that and go back.
because
to
if they
all
didn't,
the
if they
work, so
didn't
they just
fucking do
ignore that
something,
part.
if they didn't,
Okay,
they couldn't show
If
it. So they're
Godzilla
like-
can blow that beam at a huge moth, moths are one of the most fragile things in the world. and not
Mothra
hurt
versus
it?
Godzilla.
But
No.
that's
King
Mothra,
Kong
not a
whoops
regular
his
moth.
arse.
King Kong gets his ass kicked. Okay, first off, King Kong gets shot by a bunch of biplanes off a fucking New York Tower or Empire State Building and dies. So don't give me shit about Godzilla, who's never been killed in the fucking movies.
Yes, he has.
He got killed by one
always gets
bullshit
killed.
thing, okay?
He got put
One.
to sleep.
He
thought
got owned by
killed.
Matthew Broderick.
He was asleep. That doesn't count. You cannot include that shitty movie in
Fuck
this
that. That
mythos.
movie was awesome.
No, that movie was trash.
Anyone
and a half.
that hates that movie is being a bitch.
First off,
fuck that.
if
Great acting.
it is not a Godzilla,
Great effects.
That is not Godzilla. That does
Godzilla.
not count. It's a good movie if it's
Godzilla.
not called Godzilla. If it's not called
Bullshit.
Godzilla,
It's awesome. Jimmy Page. The movie was so good. Jimmy Page and Puff Daddy did a song together, a version of Kashmir together.
Yes,
For the
and
soundtrack.
It's a great
Let
sounding
that
song.
Fuck off! You guys
Yeah,
suck.
good.
That movie was great.
The
No, it
sound,
wasn't.
the redo of
It was
the,
awesome.
He did a cover of
It was
it wasn't a cover of Kashmir. He used the bass line or the guitar line.
It wasn't a
from-
cover.
with Jimmy Page.
Jimmy Page did it
of
with him.
Kashmir, and Puff Diddy sang to it. It was actually a good
Puff
song.
Diddy.
P Diddy. P
Puff
like,
Daddy.
after he hit some dude or
Then
killed some dude
also
with a car,
Rage
changed
Against the
his name
Machine.
recently.
Rage
Well,
Against the Machine did a song for that soundtrack.
Actually, P Diddy changed his name recently, and now he's like Brother Love or something like that because he like beat
Sean
some...
Combs, whatever his fucking
No.
retarded ass
Hold on,
name
let me
is.
explain
No one
this story
cares.
to you. He changed his name to like Brother Love or some bullshit because he wound up his son was getting yelled at by the coach on the field of the football team, and he walks up behind the coach and beats him on the back of the head with something for yelling at his son. Goes to court, legally changed his name like Meta World Peace did to say that he's now officially only about the love, not
Meta
about the
World
fighting.
Peace.
Just to fucking like make a statement after he
Okay,
whooped
so-
some dude's ass over the back of the head,
So
cheap shots.
basically-
When
style.
is he gonna fuck a ghost?
Yeah,
because that's
basically.
what happened with the Meta World Peace guy. He
Bear versus
banged the
Hippo?
ghost.
Hippo wins.
Hippo.
Hippo wins. Let me like
Hippos
okay.
are the most dangerous. one of the
Hippos
most
are
dangerous
extremely
animals
aggressive.
on the earth.
And on
Bridget
top of that,
is
a
asked-
hippo.
You guys gotta make sure because the podcast format. This people have to know. We're talking to people in chat.
Okay,
live,
chat.
'cause
We're
we're
just
live
asking
streaming.
about Bear versus Hippo.
Hippo
If
wins.
a hippo
Hands
can
the
put its
fuck
mouth
down.
around the front of a car and bite the car down.
A hippo can bite a person in half.
Yeah, it can literally bite through steel, so it's killing the bear. I'm just saying that right now.
What did one
A
hippo?
car doesn't survive against a hippo. A bear is not surviving against
What
a
did
hippo.
one hippo say to the other hippo when they saw the poacher?
I don't know. Let's get the flock out of here.
Halvesies. Oh, good times. You see? Hey, do you see that news article like a few months back where the poachers got killed by a pack of lions?
Yes, I saw that. They got snuck up on. Justice.
Something brings joy into my
Justice.
heart, and that's it. I'm all for
Poachers
hunting.
getting eaten is something I enjoy.
Don't
in
get me
life.
wrong. I'm pro hunting.
I
I'm pro
take-
killing things. When it comes to like,
I'm
you
pro
know,
sport.
Food.
accurate sport.
I am
but
pro
these guys
sport.
are poaching and doing terrible shit.
I am not pro going out there and killing
Yeah,
animals living
and if
on
you know
wildlife
something
reserves. That's bullshit.
well,
It's fucking bullshit.
preserves
You
are just
know,
any
hunting,
land.
the
That's not the
animal
point.
better be
It's
out
like
there getting
anything.
something to
You
eat.
better
should
be doing it
in
for a
danger to
reason.
hunt. In my
Yeah.
opinion, you should be in danger when I hunt.
Hunting is a survival thing. It's
Dragon
not- it's not
versus
just for,
giant
like-
fireproof net.
The only reason I
Bridget. God damn it.
All right, Bridget. I'm
Bridget
gonna have
likes-
to call the net.
Bridget buys a tuna that's not dolphin safe. It says possibly dolphin tuna.
Definitely has dolphin. We're 99% sure there's a dolphin somewhere in there. You're fine.
Anyway, I'm giving the money to the dragon because the people operating a fireproof net, nothing's
The
fireproof.
Japanese Defense Force
Yeah,
versus
because when the
Godzilla.
dragon flies above and grabs it and takes it and throws it down on you, and you lay in there and die and suffocate,
Here's a question:
dragon wins.
do dragons only blow fire out of one end?
God, I hope so.
Okay, so here's the thing. What is the net made of, Bridget? You have to clarify here, because if it's just
Asbestos.
if it the dragon
That's
could probably
the
just
only
tear
actual
it
fireproof
because it's
material. is
still an
asbestos.
extremely powerful creature. It could probably just tear the net in half. So we'll talk about that for a second. Now, if you're like, it's like straight, it's like rip proof. Okay, maybe if it's like made
Whoa,
of duct
hold on,
tape.
I'm
dude.
gonna go out on a limb here and say she was kidding.
Dragon
Yes, I
fire
know.
does not
Good
melt
point.
steel beams.
How do
Jet
you
fuel
know?
doesn't melt steel beams.
Oh, that's accurate. No,
How do
Dude.
you know?
That is not. I have seen that video. Okay, that is not how that shit works. Okay?
Not even a
That
little
is
bit.
not even like
Not even.
slightly. You can call
Oh,
me conspiracy
are we
theorist.
going to go into a 9/11 truth
Hold
thing
on.
right now? Where
You
I
can
just piss
you
all
can
over the
argue with
9/11
me
truthers?
all you want, but that is not how that happened.
All right,
That building went down
Alex.
somewhere else.
No,
that
it
was
didn't.
something else.
It went down exactly how it looked.
Bullshit.
Two
A
planes
plane
hit it.
flying into the
That
side of a
shit got
fucking
blown
building
up.
brought it down. Are you kidding me
Have
right
you ever
now?
seen an implosion versus an explosion?
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah, just happened to
saw
fucking
that one, that
fall in a
was an
perfect domino
explosion.
effect too.
That was not. There's no conspiracy at 9/11. Planes hit the building and it happened.
Conspiracy.
I hate to break this to you. How
Conspiracy.
old was the World Trade Center? Pretty old. Exposed steel tends, especially when it has a ton of weight on it, concrete, tons and tons of weight. A little bit of heat could easily make those girders crash.
No.
There are fucking science things going out to prove this.
It's living through New York smugness heat, so it's already like. So
It already has to deal with people in New York.
So
there's no way that building was going to stand.
He's
Lower
right.
blood pressure by about
You could have
20
shot that
seconds.
with a slingshot. That fucker would have
That's true.
fell.
He's right.
Give
It
me a
did have to
break.
deal with people in New York.
God.
It was probably suicidal.
Chains.
It probably killed itself. It probably knew something about Hillary Clinton
Guys,
and
in New
shot
York, we
itself
love
in
you.
the back of the head.
Oh, while it was jogging, getting his newspaper.
It was just getting its newspaper and rolled itself up in a carpet. And even though it had a happy life and
damn
it was not miserable, it still saw a lot of success as a tower.
All right,
It knew
Hannity,
something
calm down.
about Hillary. It just happened to kill itself.
Oh God, that would do it for me.
This is why we don't go political on this show, because
Oh
next thing
come
you
on,
know,
that's a meme. It's just
next
a
thing
joke.
you know, we think that
It's just
school
a
shootings
joke.
are fake, and for some
Okay.
reason
We
we
don't
think
play
that
with that.
fire can't melt steel.
Sandy Hook
We don't
never
play with that.
happened.
No, no.
Fuck.
What's wrong with Alex Jones,
Kick people
bro?
in
What
the
the
head
fuck's
for
wrong
that
with you,
shit.
Alex Jones?
That's so ridiculous.
No, you're
He's
right. No, these things
entertaining.
never happen.
Oh, wait, here's one.
It's like the
Oh,
Holocaust.
I got one.
Well, there's a difference between a joke and a meme, such as what I was doing there, than just outright fucking
I know,
going
we're just
crazy.
giving you shit. Nobody, hey guys, we don't really think any of that shit.
No, I still
I
think the
got one
towers
now.
were a setup, though.
It was not a fucking setup.
No, I still do. I saw it when I was 11.
Alex Jones
I was
versus
12,
Whitley
so
Strieber.
I love it.
Alex Jones versus Whitley
my
Strieber.
God.
Ooh.
There we go.
Alex Jones.
Alex Jones.
You guys think that Alex Jones can
He's got
beat
Joe
Whitley
Rogan to
Strieber?
back him up.
I don't know.
Joe Rogan's his homie.
I was gonna say,
Joe
who
Rogan's
is
his
Alex
homie.
Jones?
Joe Rogan is Alex Jones' buddy. They get high a lot together. They drink a lot
They
together.
don't get
party.
high a lot to get. Alex Jones had some reefer on Joe Rogan's podcast.
They hang out outside.
Same
they're
thing
friends.
happened. Yeah, they're friends.
He takes some shit.
Alex Jones is this mom is off the side, guys. Alex Jones is a talk show guy. He does what's his website that you like so much?
Infowars. I
Infowars.
haven't seen this shit in a while.
Bullshit. You
Actually, no. I will
you
say
have an
one
Alex
thing.
Jones hentai pillow.
I'll
Fuck
kick
off.
both of their asses. How about that?
You will not kick. No, not
Like,
Joe Rogan.
First off, since we can't get
No,
political,
you said Alex Jones and Whitley.
I love
Strieber.
Joe
Whitley
Rogan.
Strieber, yeah, I mean-
Both
okay,
their asses.
I have a Joe Rogan body pillow. Okay,
No,
not
okay,
an
that
Alex
means-
Jones
I'm sorry. I
body
thought it was an
pillow.
Alex Jones
Okay.
pillow.
Joe
My
Rogan.
bad.
Next,
Who
Joe
doesn't have a
Rogan.
Joe
What the
Rogan
hell?
pillow? That guy's cuddly as
Jesus.
fuck. His
He's
bald
awesome.
ass
Dude, he's
head.
awesome. Have you ever seen his kicks?
Oh my god, dude.
Videos of him kicking shit. I'm just like, oh,
Dude, if I ever meet Joe Rogan, I owe that man a sincere apology. I thought he was just a fucking douche.
oh no.
Really?
And yeah, I did. Because of Fear Factor, man. I knew Joe
You
Rogan
know what?
from Fear Factor.
I was
and from
listening
the
to him talk
UFC.
about the other day.
And then I started listening to his show, and I started hearing who he really was, and I started seeing videos of him actually fighting. That dude's he is one of the best spinning back kicks in the fucking world.
He's got vicious feet.
He dropped a dude with a liver shot,
Well, I mean, yeah. It's not
spinning
that
back
bad.
kick liver shot in a Taekwondo tournament, and then just walked away.
I mean,
That was
he
it,
was
like-
the reason he was kind of like a
He
douchebag on.
did. He turkeyed away. You got to see it. He talks about it too. He did that because he says during his podcast, like, I did this walk like that and I acted like nothing happened. I was really excited that I did it. It's really surprising. But I did that because I wanted other people to think that I was going to do that to them. It's legit. That's a perfect mind tactic. But the guy knows his stuff.
Mayhem Miller.
Oh,
Oh, he's
what?
funny. Anyway, so where were we?
Jason Miller?
We've gone off from dragon nets. So first off, it depends, Bridget. If the net hits the dragon probably loses.
Well,
No, because it's just a fireproof
hey,
net.
what if
That's
you
it.
have the Black Spear Harpoon?
Okay, hold on.
Dragon dies.
We've all seen Kung Pao. Okay.
Enter
Oh
the
my God.
fist.
He got caught by that really tiny net. So if the dragon gets hit in the face, and that's the only where it gets hit, it's over. It's game over. Okay. The really tiny net's going to stop him
Kung
forever.
Pao, funniest movie
Mover.
ever made.
That was I always
Kung
thought
Pao
there was gonna be a second one. I was always
delightful.
waiting for it. Like,
I know. It was so stupid. It was funny.
You know the guy that did that is the guy
No,
that
I
produces Jimmy Neutron. That cartoon.
I
produces
love Jimmy
that.
Neutron when I was a kid.
Yeah, he's done a lot of stuff. Anyway, so I'm guessing Dragon wins for a few
I-
reasons.
I'm
One,
saying Dragon.
gravity being number one. You net the dragon. You better hope the dragon doesn't circle back and fall on your ass.
Yeah.
You better hope the net's big enough. So then on top of that, it better lock its wings up.
All she said was a fireproof net. That's all it is.
Bridget is on fire. She has another one.
Oh God, here she goes.
Minotaur versus Satyr.
Oh my God, I was gonna say Minotaur.
Minotaur, hands down.
Yeah.
What do you play? Pan flute? Well, the Minotaur just bull stomps the piss out of you.
Than fighting.
Yeah, smog. What fools these mortals be.
Yeah, Minotaur, hands down, no problem.
Minotaur.
No question.
And Antonio Minotauro Nogueira.
So the problem here, Bridget, is
guy.
Satyrs weren't actually like, depending on what you're talking about, they weren't creatures of war. They were just creatures that danced.
Why are you saying her problem? I don't think she has a problem at all with this. I think she's just bringing it up for us to talk about it.
Well, I mean, the problem with the idea of it is that it's a creature of war versus a creature of dancing.
First of all, have you ever seen the video for Men Without Hats?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Maybe they win.
Maybe they win.
Yeah, they
You're right. Okay,
dance
never mind.
and the Minotaur lays down and
Minotaur gets it stuck in his head.
Minotaur versus Centaur?
Minotaur versus Centaur.
Yeah, no, let's see. Centaurs are known for using weapons. They do use weapons.
So does Minotaur.
Minotaur,
yeah,
not the original story. It didn't have one.
He does.
The traditional version of it.
The
yeah.
The
he does.
He's got a Morning Star or something like that.
Let's
I
see.
have some literature over there. You guys can check on my bookshelf.
The Centaur has probably better mobility, so you got to include that into the.
Hold on. Four-legged horses do not have the same mobile ability as two-legged people.
Yeah.
And goat legs can jump high.
Well, I mean, if it's out in the okay, so let me put it like this: if it's in the Minotaur's maze, it's dead. If it's out in the open, then it has a standing fight.
We're talking about a one-on-one ring fight.
Yeah, I know.
Because it also uses archery. It just depends on what. If you're talking like an enclosed space, the Minotaur is going to win.
Hand-to-hand
Centaur
combat.
can't use its
Minotaur
mobility.
wins. It has horns.
Yeah, of course, it's going to win.
Centaur wants to take the bull by the horns, but it's a bunch of bullshit, and the Minotaur wins.
I mean, just because the Minotaur is still just the same as a human. It's just a human, a cursed human. It's nothing extra special. It's just a cursed human.
But it's giant and huge.
Yeah, it's huge
and monstrous.
Even in tradition, it wasn't really large, was it? I mean, if I remember correctly, the traditional story wasn't
gigantic. It was a giant.
Oh.
No, it's not.
I didn't know that.
Well, it wasn't a huge giant. It was a giant. It was like a cyclops, but it was a giant.
But it towered over.
I don't know the traditional story of the Minotaur. I didn't know the traditional story.
The muscle and the strength.
I know it was the son of the queen that laid with a cow, or Zeus came down or something like that, and laid with her.
The cow.
So actually, technically,
you're talking about something different.
Technically, the Minotaur is half god.
No,
Because I thought she laid with Zeus as a cow.
Minotaur was a guy.
Oh no, that's right. Aphrodite cursed her because she thought she was better looking than Aphrodite.
That was
it was another person
that
that she
was
did
one
curse.
of the 3 harpies.
She cursed her to fall in love with the Minotaur, or it was a god that cursed the queen to fall in love with a
mermaid versus shark. Bridget suggests in chat shark.
Come on, Bridget.
For real, Bridget.
Let's try
Come
this.
On, shark.
Let's try this.
The body found.
The body, yeah. There's more bodies found because of sharks.
That was one of the most stupid fucking mockumentaries I've ever seen.
You know why the body was found? Because the bitch fucked with the shark. The bodies you didn't find were the ones that also fucked with the shark. That one shark ain't her family, okay?
A shark is also like Wu-Tang Clan.
You've nothing to fuck with. All right? Shark ain't nothing to fuck with. Dude, I would never get in the water if I saw a shark.
Dude, the one thing I'm scared of is sharks.
Oh, God.
Sharks and carnival rides.
Large bodies of water.
I don't mind any of the water.
It's not the carnival ride so much as
the people that put it together. No, it's the upkeep. That's what gets me at carnival rides. I don't mind the ride itself.
Harpy versus Banshee.
Harpy.
Again, Banshee is a
Harpy.
Just a thing.
Harpy beats Banshee. It's like paper, rock, scissors. Come on.
Banshees take physical form, Josh.
Oh, then Harpy, yeah, just tear it apart.
Yeah, the Harpy.
Just rip it apart, just rip it to pieces.
Well, what's the Harpy gonna do? Sing the Banshee into a slumber in the sea? No, I don't know, man.
I mean, they have claws and shit.
Well, you know,
they have claws, beaks. They fly. They're very strong. They're strong.
Oh yeah, I was thinking of something different than Harpies.
Yeah, you're thinking of sirens.
Sirens, yeah.
Sirens would get their asses kicked.
Those are shelpies in Ireland.
Yeah, but sirens aren't exactly. They look that way but that's not what they really look like. They're ugly and they're
yeah, but I mean, they're not. They don't have claws.
Sorry, Medusa was a Gorgon, not a Harpy.
Creepy creatures. Yes, Medusa was a Gorgon. She was actually a Titan. Little known fact: Aphrodite was also a Titan. She actually wasn't a god. She was a Titan. She was the offspring of Uranus when he was sliced into pieces by Kronos.
Little known fact: there was a lot of sperm being swallowed in that story.
Aphrodite?
For the Titans.
The traditional story of Aphrodite's birth was when Kronos sliced him to pieces with a scythe. He threw the pieces of him into the water, and out came Aphrodite in a seashell. That was the story of
I feel
Aphrodite.
like we're gonna get 100% hate mail from actual people that study Greek literature. And
Maybe
Roman
you know what?
culture.
Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe tell
I
me if
could
I'm
be wrong.
Maybe I'm wrong. That's the story I read, anyways. So what's your story for Aphrodite? Exactly. That's all it is. Troll versus Cyclops.
Ooh,
Cyclops.
Troll.
What?
Cyclops.
Troll versus Cyclops. Troll wins.
The son of Poseidon wins.
I
No,
don't know.
Troll wins because
Son of
trolls are
Poseidon wins.
huge.
Cyclops are massive.
Trolls are the size of a fucking mountain.
Cyclops is bigger than trolls.
No,
Trolls aren't that
Cyclops are like 2 humans high, whereas a troll is literally like the size of a mountain.
That's Norse
I've heard them
mythology.
described in so many different ways, but that would be
Cyclopses
a good match.
aren't Norse mythology. They're Greek
Well,
mythology.
it depends.
I say we get that. We book
What
the
time of
match.
day
Are
is it?
trolls in? Okay, it was
What time of day
Cyclops
is it?
wins if it's
That's
the morning.
the question.
If sun
Yeah.
breaks.
If the sun comes out,
I-
Cyclops wins.
I say we book the match and take bets.
Yeah.
All right,
He
so
could
Mom
be the
wants to book the
troll,
match
you
and
could
take
be the
bets.
Cyclops and
No, Mother, you get to get the fighters on. You have to find the trolls and
Yes,
the
you find
Cyclops.
a troll in the Cyclops.
You find the guy that inherited the elephant skull that made the Cyclops
God.
mythology real, and I'll find the troll, which is also not real, but possibly. Internet trolls, man.
know, I
What if
got
it's
a
internet
lot-
troll versus a guy with an eye patch? $100
Oh,
on the
that
dude
would
with
be
the
so
eye
funny.
patch.
That would be so funny.
Hey, bro, get off your phone. We're doing a show. Jeez.
Sorry, it's my work texting me that my bank is off, but I know why it's off because I fucked up this morning.
You just said it live, just so you know.
You just said that.
Yeah, that's
It's
my
called
accent.
embezzlement. It's
No.
totally-
What?
No, I don't
Asshole.
like that.
I would never steal money from work.
When I made my till this morning, I forgot to put a 10 in it, which is why it's short. It's because the bank shouldn't be short. So
Oh,
it's just
gotcha.
a mistake.
You don't have to say
So
it.
my bank is over, but my till is off. He doesn't remember.
You don't really have to go into detail. You could have just said, yeah.
Well, now I explained
Could have
it.
been
Yeah,
heist.
I had a really
Okay.
nice dinner.
It could have been heist. It could have been a heist movie right now. Now we're a true crime documentary. Oh man! All right, so gray aliens versus xenomorphs.
Well, the Greys apparently have telepathic and telekinetic abilities, so I'd be going with
Jack?
the Greys.
Grays versus aliens?
Xenos.
Xenos?
Yeah. Xenomorphs.
First off,
I'd go with the
xenomorphs.
Absolutely.
Second off, xenomorphs. And
Third
third
off,
final, xenomorphs.
Yeah, but you're
And we
forgetting
end
the
up
Okay.
with gray
Greys that-
xenomorphs.
First
The
off-
Greys can do shit with their mind. You forgetting that?
Yeah, but these
They
are-
can
hold
make
on.
humans do that, but xenomorphs
But
are a
how do you know they
parasitic
can't do that?
creature.
How do
They're
you know
pa-
they can't?
Because they have a hive mind with one central creature controlling them. and
Well,
that creature is a hunger.
ish,
It's they're
ish.
essentially okay, so
Doesn't matter. There's
They are sharks of space.
the only reason you can control the only reason they can control
They
humans
breed,
this
they
idea
eat.
is that we
They
have
make
thoughts.
baby
Like we
xenos.
have thoughts about
So-
and wants and
Exactly.
desires and so many
it
different
has
things and
thoughts,
fears
too. And
and all
then
sorts of
it-
things.
And it can control those.
Look.
Bridget in chat, your vote would be completely wrong.
You
honey.
are off,
I love
Bridget.
What
You
is
are
she
off.
saying? She's agreeing with
Jack
me, isn't
versus
she?
Jay. LOL.
Jack will win every
My
time.
vote is Jack.
Jack wins every time. The point is that the difference between this is you're talking about a xenomorph, which is a single-minded creature of destruction.
He's too fluffy and nice,
versus
Bridget.
with no fears. They don't actually have fears. So you're talking about a creature that can't be manipulated because all it wants is to eat and destroy and reproduce. So if you try to control that, you're not going to get
So
very far.
Alien space sharks.
So
That's what xenomorphs
basically,
are.
You're describing yourself.
Oh, that's fucked up, Mom.
Essentially.
You can't call Jack a xenomorph. That's messed up.
I'm
People
just not
wonder
going to
why we're so
impregnate
fucked
anyone's
up.
chest with a burster that's going to kill them. Maybe.
Or will
We'll see
you?
what happens in the future.
Or will you? That'd be a weird pickup line at a bar. Hey,
What about
You want me
ghosts?
to
can I
you so that's gonna
impregnate you
burst
with
out
a
of your
chest buster
What
later?
about
Chest
ghosts?
burster? The
You
fuck?
get the ghost of like Blackbeard and
They're ghosts. They can't fight.
Yeah,
Mom.
they're going to sit there swatting at the
Sure
air
they
against each
can.
other. Okay, hold on. Jack Sparrow versus Blackbeard. Yeah, that's a joke.
What?
Blackbeard fucking eat him alive. Flamboyant creature.
Are you suggesting Johnny Depp should fight an actual pirate?
Yes.
You know,
dressed up
Blackbeard-
as a
I
pirate.
pay to see
You
it.
know, Blackbeard was a redheaded guy that actually, they call him Blackbeard because he'd actually light the tinges of his beard on fire. He'd put like fuses in it
Yeah.
when he jumped on to scare people. He was a ginger. We always
I
win.
know the story of Blackbeard. I do.
We always win. I can't believe Bridget's betting on you in a fight.
No, why would
That's
I do
me.
that? Why would you do that?
It's hella
Don't
stupid.
bet on any. Don't never bet
He
on me
doesn't
in a fight.
He doesn't fight at
I
all.
am not a fighter. I mean, I will break somebody, but in the words of Ivan Drago, I must break you. But
Damn it! I still can't believe you're right.
I know
about
you
that.
can't. It just sounds so much better saying I will break you, but I must
No,
break
it's,
you
I
so
break
much.
you. That's all I remember. But you showed me. I must break you. That's the Mandela effect for sure.
Yes, it is a Mandela effect. There's an alternate universe where he
Damn
says,
it! I can't believe you
break
proved me wrong on that.
And
I
I
hate
will
the
break
fact
you.
that you proved me wrong on
And
that.
I must break
I'm a huge fan of that movie. Like, some bitch.
you. And I'm a big fan of Dolph Lundgren, so.
Me too.
I don't know, I just like Dolph Lundgren.
He's the boss, dude. He's
awesome.
He's got degrees
He's a
and
badass.
Oh, yeah.
he's old. He's still a monster.
Oh,
It's like Clint Eastwood. I don't
Clint
care how
Eastwood
old
versus
he is.
John Wayne.
Clint Eastwood. Clint Eastwood.
I don't know about that.
Could bench press John Wayne
I don't know
No.
about that.
and toss him off a truck.
He does have
I
the most
think-
powerful handgun in
Get
the
off
world.
of my
I
lawn.
think it
Oh
would
God,
be,
don't go there, please.
I think that would be a really good fight to see.
No, it
I
wouldn't.
think
John
it
Wayne
would.
couldn't fight his way out of a wet paper bag if he was.
Yeah, I'd give it to John. I'd give it to Clint
Compared to
Eastwood.
Clint Eastwood, are you
Clint
serious?
Eastwood would murder him.
Clint Eastwood is built like a goddamn chimpanzee.
Now he's built like a
Even
giant
as an
chimpanzee.
old age, he's still
Now
he's
looks like an
ripped.
aged old.
Even if he's old, he's still ripped. He still works out. He still
He's
bench
like
presses
90
stuff.
something, still making
No, he's like
movies.
80, but he stays in really good shape. The guy can fight. Fuck that, John Wayne. He ain't filet
He died
mignon
from
in
one of his movies. He
hand
played a
kicks
white
and shit.
Genghis Khan
Yeah.
Yeah.
because they got too
Yeah,
close to a nuclear
yeah.
weapon testing site.
Also, not to make
Saw
a
that.
judgmental thing, but Bruce Wayne.
Fun fact, that's the truth.
John Wayne's real name was Marion, so you're not going to win against a guy named Clint.
I think that's my cue.
No, it's not for you. Anyway, what's up? So you don't think that
I'd win. No, I'd win.
you think you'd win in a fight, an actual fight?
Like not a fist fight, but if we had like a wit argument here, obviously I'm winning every time. So
Oh, a wit.
that's
argument.
why we know everything I've put that in a fight, in an actual
A
fight.
battle of the wits.
I think I would surprise you.
We should do a special Vanishing Gates wit off.
A wit off.
You wanna do that?
I don't know how that's gonna
We
go.
should do that.
Just
We
put
throw
things in front of us
insults
and
at each
see
other?
how we do this.
We throw like underhanded insults.
No,
at
it's
each
like
other.
the haters ball from the Chappelle show. We have to like insult things. Whoever can think of
Bridget
the funniest
brings up
things.
more shit. The Happening versus the Mist monsters. First of all, the Mist was one of the worst.
And the Happening is actually just a natural is in the
It's
movie.
a version of the Mist.
It's-
that M Night
yeah.
Shyamalan Ding Dong
It's
did.
a crappier version of the Mist.
Well, now we talked about that thing though, the fungus in ants earlier. That's what caused the Happening.
I mean, it depends. What do you mean? Like, this is gonna fight would the Happening fight the creatures? Because if it did, then they would commit suicide. If they were, you know.
Well, Mist creatures
if it
from a different
affected them.
dimension. I mean, either way, Thomas Jane couldn't fight either of them. So
yeah, it's just, you know.
that's
yeah,
when you
both.
rethink your
Okay.
career.
I mean, if you're talking about the endings of the movie, well, I think Mark Wahlberg lives, so that's good. But if you're talking about the ending of The Mist, fuck the ending of that movie.
Yeah, fucking.
Because
horrible.
fuck that.
God.
And that's
What a
terrible.
depression
Never
sandwich.
watch that shit ever again.
I would rather stick my dick in a toaster than watch that movie again.
And that's a strange
God,
thing
that was
just-
heartbreaking.
just to say.
No, that's how bad it was.
Just to say.
I cherish my junk.
Fine.
That's all I'm saying.
The
God.
Vanishing Gates.
The Vanishing Gates academic decathlon. Thanks, Bridget. You're wonderful. Anyway,
That is my cue, actually.
are you gonna leave? Are you gonna
I'm
go?
off. I'm running now. I'm tired.
Well, you're moving at high speed for you.
Yep.
Off like a herd of turtles.
Uh-huh.
Howdy.
Anyway, guys, thanks. Hey, you gotta do your outro. You can't just leave. You gotta do your thing. Like, you also fucked up the camera. You gotta, like,
I mess up the camera.
God damn it. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching this compelling and very hyper-intelligent and interactive episode of Vanishing Gates. You definitely learned something tonight.
Yeah, we're all crazy.
Sorry.
Yeah,
My bad.
Jack is weird.
So it's almost Christmas.
Oh, is it?
You know, the podcast people can't see that, so they're going to be really confused by all the pauses. So you got to, like...
Yeah, that's true. They're going to be kind of confused.
You got to verbalize your
I'm currently
ridiculousness.
modeling my amazing face.
He's basically trying to Zoolander this
Anywho,
up.
let's do this.
Anyhow, so we will be live again next Saturday. I'm not sure what we're going to talk about. Any ideas there, Jan?
Not a clue.
Yeah. I'm going to be traveling this week. I'm going to be in Manteca, California. I will take the show with me here and there in case something comes up. If you guys are in the Central Valley, Stockton, Lodi, Manteca, hit me up. Email me, vanishinggates@gmail.com. And if you want to be on the show and you have a good story, if you just want to share a story, we'll air it. If you have a story to share in general, if you had any encounters with the unexplained, the paranormal, if you've been abducted by aliens, if you've hung out with Jack for more than 5 minutes, any of those things, email us at vanishinggates@gmail.com. If you want to be a guest on the show to talk about it, same thing. Don't forget, please, to check us out on all the podcasting places.
Also, I was incorrect. That wasn't my cue.
Well, what are the podcasting places we're at there, Jack? Do you remember?
I have no idea. Podbean?
Stitcher?
Stitcher?
Google Plus?
Oh,
iTunes?
If you're on Stitcher, check out The History of Rome. It's a great podcast.
Or just check out Vanishing Gates.
Or both.
Yeah, check out them. They're fine. Also, we're on Google Plus, so you can download our shows there. And I think we're on iHeartRadio. I'm not sure yet. There's a weird balance of power there. I haven't figured out.
I heart vinyl.
You don't heart vinyl. You just want to rub vinyl against your nipples. It's weird. I saw your website, Jack.
How'd you find that?
Honestly, I didn't on purpose. I was perusing the clear web, the deep web, and I'm like, wow, that looks familiar. Oh, that's familiar. Oh, it's Jack. It's vinyl.
My bad.
I just want to know where my Striper records went. Some bitch.
Now it's over here. Thanks for just telling everybody about it.
Sorry. I mean, at least you'll get some pledges for your fan page.
Maybe. We'll see.
But also, guys, keep in mind, Paradise, California is basically demolished with fire. And I'm thinking about doing a fundraiser. So keep your ears open for that. All proceeds will go to help people that are in Paradise. I'm not sure yet. I got to do the logistics and figure out what site to go through crowdfunding-wise. Anything you give will be helpful. If not, just give your good prayers and sympathies and good intentions that way. That'll help too. I have friends out there that lost everything, and it sucks. And so again,
I do walk around the house with that shirt
Bridget
on
and Chat.
so.
Jack's nipples are familiar with you. Well, Bridget, he's my little brother. I've known him since he was born.
And I have an aversion to shirts.
He is quite the shirt off.
I'm a big guy, but
mole looks like a second nipple. It's every time.
He does have that mole nipple.
I don't know who you're looking at, but I got a mole here.
It's not a beauty mark.
Here.
That's probably cancer. You should get that checked.
Yeah, probably.
Or laced. Could be a boil.
Thank you.
Stick fireworks in it.
Yeah. Don't talk shit about Roseanne, anyone. Just fucking come at me, though.
Hey, Rosie O'Donnell, we can shit talk all we want. Do you have some Rosie O'Donnell jokes you want to leave with? Let's do that.
No.
Do you remember The Man Show?
Yeah, I do.
They did that bit about Rosie O'Donnell fell in the well. And they throughout the entire episode of The Man Show, they were doing like the emergency go back. It's like, news update, Rosie O'Donnell is stuck in a well. That was before Jimmy Kimmel became a bitch.
That was before Jimmy Kimmel started denying what he actually had done creatively throughout his entire career, and then sold
before
the
he
fuck out
married
immediately.
Sarah Silverman or whatever her fucking name is,
Who is just as bad, just as horrible.
Who isn't funny, and I don't care.
She's terrible.
She really is not.
And
I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just.
She's just not funny.
You know who
she
I liked?
She has her moments, but very few.
I was a fan of Amy Schumer.
You were a fan of Amy Schumer?
Yeah, I thought she was funny when she started.
Well, Vanishing Gates is over now.
What fucking, one comedy special. My bad. Like, her first comedy special, I thought she was okay.
No,
and then she, started running out of shit and stealing stuff.
Roseanne and Rhett Butler.
Brett Butler's when
Joan Rivers. Love
Joan Rivers.
Oh, yeah, Joan Rivers was
great. Fucking hilarious.
John Rickles.
Dawn
Rickles.
Guys, if you can't see, if you can hear Dawn Rickles in the back of my mom, she's doing this. Dawn Rickles! This is a woman who birthed me. Doing Dawn Rickles! And you're wondering why we are the way we are, Jack and I.
Lucky you.
I like Fluffy.
Fluffy was awesome.
Did you see
Fluffy's the best.
Ron
Blue.
White has a new Netflix
Blue.
special?
I haven't seen it.
Blue.
I haven't seen it.
Josh Blue?
Yeah.
Yeah, Josh Blue's funny.
He's funny.
We love comedy.
He looks at Fluffy, and they were supposed to be heckling each other. They were the last comic standing, and Fluffy said something, and Blue looks out and he goes, "Yep, they say you are what you eat." And he's looking right at him. He says, "That poor village."
All right, guys. Anyway, I'm Jay. This is
Funk 8892. Coming live from the power of the internet.
what?
Boogie.
Why are you trying to rip off
2988.
Boogie?
But I'm Funk 8892. Get it? Similar. But not.
We're not ripping off Boogie.
Fine. John Mulaney.
We love John Mulaney, Bridget, and Chad. Yes. New kid in
Yes.
town. Oh, God.
I'm new in town. I'm gay. I'm new in town, and I have AIDS. Like, do you think he practiced that in the mirror before he went out?
Anyhow.
Hold on. No, that's too strong. Gotta reel him in. I have AIDS. No. Fucking Mulaney. My favorite was the line of an officer standing over a party shouting "fuck the police," and he's just standing over a sea of toddlers, like white kids from suburbia shouting "fuck the police." And then he blacks out and finds himself at home somehow.
Jokes are always funnier when you hear someone else tell them.
Yes, watch John Mulaney, motherfuckers.
Motherfuckers. Go ahead, one more time.
Motherfuckers.
Word.
Solid.
Undercover
Brother, great movie.
Excellent movie.
Love that movie.
Excellent movie.
I don't know why I love that fucking movie.
Because
It's just fucking great, dude.
because it's a good movie.
Chappelle Show's Haters Ball is the best episode of Chappelle Show, just so everybody knows.
No.
That and whenever
Clayton Bigsby was the best skit on
Clayton
Chappelle's
Bigsby
show.
was not as good as the Haters
Or
Ball.
the Charlie Murphy True Hollywood Stories.
Okay.
Oh, God, okay,
True
yeah.
Hollywood. Yeah, okay. Charlie Murphy
How
story is
about
very good.
you and your friends
Or
versus
Wayne Brady,
me
the Wayne Brady.
and the Revolution?
And the Revolution.
The Wayne Brady.
And then he served this
Wayne
pancake.
Brady's got to
Is
stab
Wayne Brady gonna have to choke a bitch?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was great. Comedy's awesome, guys.
Yes, comedy. Look at
Unless it's Chris Rock. And sorry, Bo.
I don't like Chris Rock.
I do. I like Chris Rock. His
I
comedy.
don't see anything wrong
Just
with
like
it.
I didn't like
Listen
Eddie
to
Murphy's
it.
It's
comedy.
not funny.
To be honest, I didn't like Eddie Murphy's.
You know who I
comedy
really
either.
don't like?
Yeah, I didn't like him.
What the fuck? How do you not like Eddie Murphy?
I just didn't.
His comedy. Are you fucking kidding me? Raw? Delirious? Some of the best shit in the fucking world. Come out dressed like motherfucking Michael Jackson, but he wants to sniff a transvestite's feet? At least he wasn't touching kids.
No.
Phenomenal stuff.
No.
You can't ask him because you on the welfare. No, that shit was fucking amazing. Fuck off.
Alrighty then. We've learned
Eddie
something.
Murphy, I love you.
Eddie Murphy.
Not like that, but I love you. Seriously? Boomerang was the worst thing he ever did.
I like Bernie Mac.
Bernie Mac's amazing.
Bernie Mac was amazing until he
Yeah.
passed away.
What about, do you guys see Bill Engvall was in town recently?
No.
Yeah, he was in town. Like, I didn't get to see him. I would love to go see
One of
that.
the casinos.
Here's your
yeah.
sign. You paid $60 to go see a guy whose jokes you've heard 47 million times in the last 10 years. Here's your sign. Who pays for that?
I don't know.
God damn it. What does Jack not like George Carlin either? Blasphemous fuck.
Oh, George
Damn,
Carlin.
Bridget, don't even hold any fucking punches or
Phenomenal.
anything.
She
George
watches the show
Carlin.
for you.
George Carlin was hilarious. Thank you very much.
And
George Carlin.
intelligent? Oh my
You
God.
people are all diseased.
And
That
now,
guy's
and now Jack drops the bomb when he tells you that he's never seen Delirious nor Raw.
So you're just making shit up then about Eddie Murphy.
Yep. I lied.
Asshole. I have both of them on DVD. You should take them home with you.
No, I saw one of his skits that was
You're gonna watch 'em on
God,
Netflix.
what was it?
Do you remember Sam Kinison?
Oh, I love Sam.
Sam Kinison was a high blood pressure
Yeah, and it shows
person.
too.
He used to be a Pentecostal preacher
I
at one
believe
point.
it
And it makes total sense.
because he carried it into his act.
Lavelle
Yeah.
Crawford's good.
Who?
Lavelle Crawford.
Never heard of him.
Don't know.
No, not many people do, but he was funny. Look him
No,
up.
don't
He's
think so.
He's the reason I eat Famous Amos cookies.
Couldn't be that great. You ate some guy Amos's cookies?
Famous Amos. Famous Amos
That's
is the best
not
cookie.
making it any better. Oh, that's an actual brand?
Famous Amos is a brand of cookie.
Yes, it's cookies.
It's the best cookies.
Oh, man.
Observe the sound of silence.
I got to listen to a coworker talk about how another coworker was handling his nuts.
Ooh.
Okay, on that note, I'm going home.
Because they were stocking the shelf with
See you
nuts.
later, guys.
Nice.
Peanuts we sell. Yeah, that was cool.
Must be
I was like,
handling his
that's a
nuts very
sexual harassment lawsuit waiting to happen. And then she
Sexual
played right
harassment.
along with it.
Panda.
So it was cool.
Panda.
Sexual harassment. Panda.
That made her a sad panda.
This makes me a sad panda.
All right.
All right, guys. Thanks again for watching Vanishing Gates. We should have some paranormal stuff next week. What do you think, Jack?
I have no idea.
Are you going to be here next week?
I don't know yet. I'm not sure what's happening next week.
I should be here next week.
Mayhaps.
I'll probably do a show or two while I'm on the road, just because I'm going to be traveling and bored out of my mind in a hotel room, and I hate traveling. I really don't like going places. As boring as that makes me sound, I like my house. I like where I live. I like my bed.
Traveling sucks.
I like my pillow. I like my blankies. What's your favorite euphemism for anus? Mine's chocolate starfish.
Obviously it's Hershey Cave.
What? What?
It's Hershey Cave.
What?
That's the best euphemism for anus. Okay.
I've never heard that before.
Well, now you have.
Hershey Cave.
Yeah, Hershey Cave. There you go, Bridget. Welcome to the new one.
I always say back door, but that Hershey Cave. What the fuck?
Hershey Cave is the best euphemism
What?
for anus. Sam. There you go.
You probably have internal bleeding.
Probably.
If it comes out like that, it's probably internal. I don't know. Bridget's a doctor. I'm not. But I'm pretty sure if you shit black blood, that's internal bleeding, bro. Red blood's fine. It means you have a ruptured hemorrhoid or something. Good grief,
My
son.
God, maybe we should go check.
Oh my God. Guys, so email us at vanishinggates@gmail.com. Please do not show us your chocolate starfish or your Hershey Cave.
Don't do that. That'd be
Don't.
cooking out to do that. You know, you got it. Good.
I mean, if you're going to send something like that, make sure in the title you put R.E. Jack, and I will forward it directly to him.
No.
So he has it.
Don't do that.
Please don't forget to like, follow, share, and subscribe.
Do you have a Snapchat?
Why would I have a Snapchat?
I mean, for the show.
That's for like high school kids to show each
Facebook
other
is
boobs,
dying.
dude.
Facebook is
care.
dying, and Snapchat and Twitter are taking over.
Oh God, really?
Yeah. They're taking over.
Neither of those are good things. Can't confirm black blood is bad.
Very good, Bridget.
Word.
Everybody, anyone at home, if you have a current Hershey Cave issue with black blood, you need to go get checked immediately, because it's not good.
Especially if almonds come out with it.
Yes. If almonds are coming out whole, you've got a problem.
Anyway, so I don't care if the medium's dying. We're gonna still do the show. It probably is dying.
Yeah, Facebook has been collapsing.
Yeah, it's because it kick everybody off. It's like YouTube and everything else. Twitter's gonna go next because they keep cutting
It's
people
MySpace,
off.
basically. It's just gonna be
MySpace is gonna reapproach itself. We need to put up
If MySpace rebrands, we'll switch to MySpace.
We need to actually set up a MySpace account like tonight so we can have it in case it happens.
Okay, just in fucking case.
And just in case. There's a Vamos thing or something like that I've heard about.
Vimeo?
Vosmos or
Vimeo?
I don't know. There's another. We should get on there too. I haven't done much on the Twitch because fucking I don't
even know if I'm still attached to Twitch because I've been doing videos every once in a while, but I suck at it, so I stopped.
Well, you know, I gotta hook things up.
I was just getting really mad after
As the studio's getting, because we're still in progress in the studio and building things up, we'll have a broader range of ways to find us. So,
yeah, Instagram. Yeah,
We do have an Instagram.
We never use it.
Your wife uses our Instagram.
Does she?
Apparently, you're the one that put her in control of that, not me.
Oh.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know, guys. I'm not so good on social media. I'm just kind of like a better in person kind of guy. So. That said, though, I'll be
I like
traveling. Turtles are cool. Turtle soup isn't too bad either.
Fuck you.
You've never had turtle soup?
I don't want to hurt you. Should have just drove that home.
That would have ended with a falling elbow and you would have cried like a beaver girl.
And then we would we found out right now who wins on Vanishing Gates.
Bridget will be proven wrong.
Bridget will be proven right.
I'd body slam you.
I would.
I don't care how
I
big
would
you
destroy you.
are. No, you would not. We should do a grappling match. Not a striking match. What do you think? Grappling match?
Sure. Not right now.
Soon? No, not right. No, fuck no. But we
All
should
right.
do a Vanishing Gates grappling match. Jack versus Jay.
Let's close this bitch.
All right.
down.
Well, the other thing I was gonna say though, guys, remember once we hit 500 followers on Facebook, like followers of the page, and likes, Paco is going to buy T-shirts, and we're gonna give them away. Not all of them, but some of them away. We'll have something for sale. Bridget, you're getting one anyway, so calm down. But we are doing that, so please continue to like, follow, and share and whatnot.
Damn, Bridget, that's
Charles
cold.
Bet tortoise got turned into soup. Oh, that's heartbreaking, honey. I'm sorry. I hope it was at least delicious and flavorful. But we are gonna do a shirt giveaway once we hit that many. So like, follow, share, subscribe. Once the shirts are, once we decide on the design, we're gonna get the shirt printed, the first one. We're gonna share it on the page with a link for you guys to like and follow, or to share it and then like and follow, whatnot. So every time you share it, you get your name in the drawing, basically. And so before Jack leaves here, we're going to cut off here pretty soon. I'm going to show him some of the designs we're going over, and I want his feedback too. So we're going to do that. But guys, thank you for watching again. I'm Jay. This is
Jack.
Coffee Make Poop Pants.
No. Hershey McCave.
So you're saying you're an asshole?
Yep.
Paco sends his love too. Guys, don't forget to send your good energy and love towards Paradise, California, because they are, yeah, it's not good. But we'll catch up with you guys really soon. Thanks for watching again. We'll catch up with you. Let's see if the intro thing works.
It doesn't.
It doesn't work.
Perfect.
I don't know why.
Perfect.
I think
Goodbye, everybody.
There you go.
Bye, everybody.